It's the Dolphins D, we already in here. Ready to turn up this year. We gon' get it.
To Hard Rock Stadium.
We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We got the whole squad with me now. Train to go. Come play games if you want to. Try to crash eyes, you done took the wrong route. We gon' crash you like a stunt dude. Check y'all like 1, 2. Tap your head like your uncle. You wanna ride, stay buckle. It get loud down here, get wild down here. Time to feel the jungle. Never disrespect the squad that's defended by a line. And some beasts on the feast on the opposition. Another line in the back, singing to the ER. Just in case you got through the first line with tripping. But if for some reason it get crazy, I got watchers on the corner for my safety. Everybody here well coached. Change the weather under pressure, stay cool like an AC. Woo! But we still make heat. Woo! Cause you trying to play me. We be 3+ AD, but I'm a fool so low. Can't never do great beat. Be great, only way to do great things. Hit hard, only way to make a statement. Come up in our territory, make the payment. Or be in debt with your neck. Gotta we gon' defend. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad.
I hit them boys. We throw them toys. And that QB. We them boys. We the realest. We go gorillas. We out here, homie. You gon' feel us. Don't make me come down. In that box. Like I'm red. I knock your socks. Won't play y'all boys. Cause we some bullies. We'll take your cookies. Cause y'all some rookies. I'm in the building. Me and Shot Jones. We do lane. We don't play zone. We play that man. So guard your hands. I see your eyes. You're scared,
we
man.
We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. We gon' defend. Homie, this side. And we gon' defend. Let me hear you say, his squad. Yeah.
D Miami Sports Music, salute.
Already know.
What's up? We got finger licking live.
Already know, man.
It's Kane over here. Turn over chain. You seen Big Homie get a fumble? He get a turnover chain. Seen Big Homie get the pick up? He get a turnover chain. You see the whole crowd going user? We want the turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy? We want that turnover chain. Turnover chain is deeper than jewelry, deeper than blink. It's deeper. See, this is our thing, and you was the team that's strictly for Kane. Invented the swag, you rented and brag, but we want it back. Let me get that. But you can keep the old one, cause we keep something new in the bag. All of these players is hungry, don't come in here thinking it's funny. We aiming for something, rocking the chains when it's sunny. Even when raining or something, we ain't gonna be something. I hope your quarterback don't think it's sweet. The defense will make them take a seat. And if somebody strip the ball out, then somebody get a Cuban link. Now you know how it go with the fans though. We be going wild out in the stands though. If you're not with the team, you're not familiar. If you throwing U's up, you're not familiar. Come on, get loose like a band, trombone, throw 3 or 5 up, my home, CWA. Tell them about it. All the K's going wild when we yelling this out. Turn over chain, 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 turn over chain. You seen big homie get the fumble, he get a turnover chain. You seen big homie get the pick up, he get a turnover chain, 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 turnover chain. You see the whole crowd going user. We want that turnover chain. See the whole crowd going crazy. We want that turnover chain. Who that?
So low, deep. So low, deep.
It's some canes over there.
Man, y'all been part of the buffet, boys. Shout out Solo D. Shout out to DWA. Let's eat.
Yo, Solo. You know they been saying you gotta make a hit squad part 2. But you know, man, we hungry this time, man. We gotta eat this time. Yeah. Back in the beast mode. AFC was trying to rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway.
I say and not quote. Go hard or go home is the motto. A pick or a sack is the lotto. Let's cook them like Emerald Lagasso. My bad, Lagasse. He going south, that is not me. Hungry for greatness, so I eat. Stay in my zone like a Bobby. Jumping off the edge like E and Shaq. Straight pressure, never even back. Protection on the way you gon' get wins. Split through the middle like Wilkins. Got some backers on the back that's gon' back me up. Straight action, we be acting up. Tell Coach Job his best plan, but it still get snatched by X-Man. Cause we back in the beast mode. AFC we tryna rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet.
Eating like a buffet, it be a long day, we ain't gon' play. Get them boys green, no subway. Pick the ball off X and BJ. I don't care about what he and she say, that's nonsense. Check the replay, I work overnight and it's early morning, but I'm turned up cause it's game day. They don't really want it with your boy. O-line really get destroyed. Ex-Patriot, Cal Van Noy, put him on his butt, hurt hemorrhoids. What's a grown man to a boy? Jim him at the line, dare you to boy. Disciplined coach Brian Flores, never getting riled to boys. Fans better pay attention, even social distance. I got a witness and you know we blitzing, but mind your business. Christian Wilkins on the line of scrimmage, far from timid, pushing to the limit, rubbing engine. You know we gotta get it, Nick Nitty. You know we gonna pick it, Van Ginkle. Take it to the business, fans up till my life is finished. Say it with my chest cause I meant it. A lie, know why, I admit it. New era, yeah, our division. A win streak, we just keep on winning. So I lose, tell them suck the limit. Bills with the Jets in New England. Miami talk dogs where you hear me.
Back in the beast mode. AFC we tryna rap up the East Coast. Take shots, fall back, then reload. Get the powder time to slap up these foes. Anytime we hit the field, then we must play. Any boys going hard, man, I must say. Try to stay on one route like the busway. Trying to eat teams up like a buffet. Eat the offense like a buffet. Eat the quarterback like a buffet. Eat the running back like a buffet. Eat the wide receiver like a buffet. Eat the O-line like a buffet. Eat the coach up like a buffet. Eat the fan base like a buffet. Stay on one route like the busway.
So low, deep.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. My intuition told me this. To trust the coach, he holds the gift. He knowing when to go with fits. So we knowing when to switch. This year we got the golden pick. Time to see what that pick about. Bad vibes get sent out. Only fans up in this house. We been waiting, yeah, we been patient. Now it's time to cash out, no discount. Super Bowl, yeah, we in route. I don't know when, but it's close. I don't want to overhype, but I just know I like it. So excited, you gon' know this now. You should notarize it. They say tour from that rock. Shout out to Samoa and now it's time to lay the smack down. You think you Dwayne Johnson? Time to be the people's champ. Hit them with the people's elbows, stick together like it's Velcro. You think you could stop us? Hell no, all day I dream about sports. I think I need some Choco custom with some Dolphins colors, just to let them know we here. Yeah, I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
To a time, to a time. Really hope he the man. Hope we found us a gem. Like the Heat found Bam. Wanna take time to thank Fitz, cause he put on the show. But the young man up, in the whole city low. Time to catch all the blessings. Cash out on the vest. Ball out, don't choke. Fins want all the smoke. Chris Gregg gave hope. Coach flow like spoke. Dan Marino still a GOAT, but to a man on go. Watch to a man throw. Watch to a man scope. Watch to a man dish shoot that we never ever seen before. Fans up, let it win. Boy, I'm ready for a ring. Maybe 3, 4, 5, 6. It's damn week, use 10.
I know the whole city riding. A little early, it's a bit surprising. Business moves, now we enterprising. Switch it up, now we improvising. Go to get in the winter column. Whole squad been trained to go. Fins for life, we throw the foe. Singing this just to welcome bro. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time. Time to grind, time to shine. To a time, to a time. To a time, to a time.
So low, so low, so low, deep. So low, so low, so low, deep.
Hey guys, I'm Danny Johnson, CEO at TPP, The Positive Porpoise.
I'm Jason Miller from Fins Up SoCal Fan Club.
I'm Scott Howell from Atlanta Dolphin Club.
Mark Angelo, NorCal Dolphin Club.
And you're listening to Clock Blockers, Miami fans' #1 morning show.
Run it, 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 run it.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, none other than me, Stephen D. What is up? What is up? What is up? It is a beautiful Monday morning. And you want to know why? Because of that man right there. X-Man in the building. I had to wear the shirt today. I had to wear the shirt today. Shout out to Not the Best Drawings, Zach. Not the Best Drawings. Go check him out on YouTube. It's awesome. But look, I am so excited. I'm so excited. We have a team that, look, top 3 defense. Top 3 defense. I can't even get into it. I gotta hit the housekeeping rules first. All right, well, look, I am really excited that you guys are on here. I hope you guys are having a good time. Look, make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you subscribe and share this. Let's get these viewers up. I need your help to do that. So get on your social media. Tell people, guys, come hang out on the #1 morning show talking about Miami sports music's Clock Blockers. Come on. All right, Look, I want to give a huge shout out to my Finns family and my Fin-laws. It was really great hearing from a lot of you over the weekend. A lot of you were telling me how much you really like the show and how much you're excited for this upcoming season. And we have a lot of things that we want to do. So make sure you guys check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. I know we're having a little bit of internet issues this morning, but I think that's going to get cleared up once the morning gets going. So make sure you guys stay right here. Check us out. It's going to be a good time. All right. Housekeeping stuff right out the way. Number one, today's show and shows following. Okay. Today's shows and shows following. I want to remind everybody that we have a new sponsor, Tailgreeters. Tailgreeter. All right. If you guys want to go see an amazing tailgate, no matter it is where you at, the tailgate is the best way for fans to experience their love and passion for their team and city. The community and the parking lots allow everyone to be themselves, and no matter where they're from or what team they root for, when it comes down to it, there's no denying the allure of the game day experience. That's why I want to remind everybody to go check out Tailgreeters. Tailgreeters is an amazing platform. If you guys are in a town or you're in a city and you're going to a sporting event, or you guys are going to a concert, or heck, even NASCAR, it doesn't matter. All of this is great because if you look at what we have going on here, Tailgreeters is awesome. You guys can find a tailgate in the city near you. East 32 Dolphins tailgate will be the official tailgate for the Miami Dolphins. Matter of fact, big shout out to East 12 and East 32 right up there in the row together. But East 32 tailgate is how you guys would go about finding it. And you guys could just go in and you can find a tailgate and you guys can see all the different tailgates from across the globe, or at least in the U.S. So it's awesome. It's got a lot of cool stuff. And you guys just type in the area code that you're at. They have pro football, concerts, college football, and a lot of other things. And it's a great way for people that have tailgates. If you want to host a tailgate and have people come to it, you guys can also sign up for your tailgate to be an official tailgate for Tailgreeter. So go check them out, tailgreeter.com. And you can find them on all social media platforms. Follow Tailgreeter at Tailgreeters on Instagram and on Twitter. So please make sure you guys go do that. It is awesome. It is awesome. So make sure you guys do that. Okay, enough about that. Let's get that out the way. Tailgreeters, amazing job. Super excited that they're with us. If you haven't done so already, make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. Hit subscribe. Come on, let's build it up. Also, where are my members at? I need to know, where are my members at, okay? Because if you look right now, all of my members, Chef Zhu, everybody in here, I want to remind everybody, guys, come check it out. Come part of the family. Come part of the family. I got to hit my Italian. Look here. You got to become part of the family over here at Miami Sports Music, okay? I'm the Godfather. Hey, come part of the family. All right, look. We want to see you at the table. It's great. There's a seat for everybody here, and I would love for you to join. Sign up now. Become a member. Shout out to Big Time. Happy birthday, Stephen D. Wishing you an amazing week of birthday gifts and fun. 3 times. Fins up, fins up, fins up. That's right, Friday. Friday's my birthday. Thank you, Big Time, for remembering. See that? I didn't even have to say nothing, and Big Time remembered. That's how awesome you guys are. Appreciate it, Big Time. We're going to have a big time on Friday. It's going to be a great Spread Kindness Friday. I'm super looking forward to that. So make sure you guys check that out. All right. So you guys become part of the family. Make sure you guys do that. Also, if you want to donate to the channel and help the channel grow, just like Big Time did, you can use the Super Chat, just like Big Time did. Okay. If you guys don't want to use Super Chat, you guys can use the PayPal, use MSM Podcast Network, or you can do Cash App at the money sign, MSM Podcast Network. So make sure that you check it out. It's good times. You help the channel grow. Make sure you guys do that. It is awesome. All right. Now, without further ado, I want to remind everybody also, you can follow me on social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love at Stephen D. SKPL. Make sure you guys go do that. Make sure you follow Miami Sports Music on Instagram and Facebook at Miami Sports Music, and on Twitter at MIA Sports Music. All right. And the last but not least, I want to remind everybody 305sports.net is the official sports news provider of Miami Sports Music, Podcast Network, and much more. So make sure you guys do that. Come on, go check them out. Follow 305 Sports on social media. That's 2 S's at the end. And make sure you go follow them for all the latest sports news in South Florida from high school to the pros. The 305 Sports team has the best news around. And to read the best Miami Dolphins content on the web, make sure you check out our media director, Jamie Bahama's content on 305sports.net. You can also find his podcast, Talking About Them Dolphins. So get ready for the season by downloading Talking About Them Dolphins with Jamie Bahamas on all platforms for the podcast. And you can follow Jamie at the Jamie Bahamas. Make sure you guys go do that. All right, without further ado, okay, let's have a good time this morning. Let's have a great time this morning. Let's see what people are putting in the box. Good morning, Angel Ortiz says. Danny Johnson, TPP in the building. Good morning, brother. Wishing all Finlaws around the world an amazing week. Fins football this Saturday. It's game week. Are you not excited for it? Are you not excited for it? I'm excited for it. Chaos Finn says, I'll be in Miami for the Atlanta Falcons game. It will be my wife's first game. I do want to take her to a tailgate party and show her how we do. Go to tailgreeter.com. East 32 tailgates, I don't think is in there quite yet. Should be by the end of this week. But East 32 Dolphins tailgate will be in there. So make sure you guys go check that out. Chef Shu says, subscribe, like, and share, and become a member today. Your seat is waiting for you. That's right. Your seat is waiting. The Godfather. See, this is the real Godfather. Mark Norcow says, come join the family. Come join the family. Come on. And then the Hammer says, at Angel, hey, big dog, I'm from Winchester. Do you guys watch the game at backseat? That's a great question, Hammer. You want to know how you get the answer to that? Let me tell you how you get the answer to that. You go to, matter of fact, I'm going to type it in so you guys can see it. MiamiSportsMusic.com has a really cool things for those of you who are around and want to see some really cool stuff. So you go to MiamiSportsMusic.com, you go to DWA map, you click on DWA map, and what it'll do is it'll load this little map in here, okay? And this map, if you scroll in, has little DWA icons on it, and you can check wherever it is that you live at, and you can see, oh man, I can see which tailgate is, or which, fan club is closest to me. So if I live in DWA Rocky Mountains and I want to know where they meet, I click on DWA Rockies and it has all their information there. All right. They say they watch it at the Sportsbook Wash Park, all the games in there. So make sure you guys do that. All right. It's really, really cool. You guys can see exactly where stuff is. If you guys want to see the East 32 Dolphins tailgate information, that's right there. We make sure we put that up there because, that's a fan club in itself. We all know that. Dolphin Club of Orlando is great. You can see that they watch at the Hideaway Bar. It's good stuff. So make sure you do that, man. Hammer, everybody go to MiamiSportsMusic.com/DWA map. Make sure you check that out. All right. One last thing before we get started into the news and notes of the day. I want to remind everybody tonight, I'm talking about this. I'm talking about the debut show. The debut combat. This is the Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show hosted by Angel Ortiz. I will be alongside him co-hosting just for this show. But the show's going to start at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time U.S., and it has an amazing lineup tonight. Tonight, we have two fighters currently in the UFC who are big-time fighters. We got Miranda the Maverick, who just lost a controversial fight. She's absolutely amazing. Make sure you go check that out. We're going to have Super Sadiq Yusuf. Super excited about him coming on. From Bare Knuckle Fighting, which is becoming really big here in the U.S., we have Reggie Barnett Jr., and then former Ultimate Fighter champion, that's right, the Ultimate Fighter show from UFC, the former champion Colton Smith will be on as well. And then also from Lion Fights Promotions, we have Chase the Weapon Walden, who's a really great guy as well. So I am super excited about that. Angel is hosting the show. Angel's in the chat box right now. So he said, tune in tonight to an amazing combat sports podcast for Fire and Ice Combat Sports Podcast. Hashtag Clock Blockers, hashtag DWA the works. All right. If you guys are excited about that, put in the chat box right now that you guys are going to join tonight and you're looking forward to that because it's going to be a really, really cool thing to see. And want to remind everybody tomorrow night, if you speak a little Espanol, we have Hell Fins podcast tomorrow night. If you want to speak a little Espanol about your Dolphins, a Spanish-speaking podcast specifically designed for Miami Dolphins fans, that's right. We're going to have Paris and Chochos and Armand, and they're going to be hosting the Hell Fins podcast, talking about the defensive line, linebacker possibilities, possible O-line trades, and much more, and obviously X incentives. All right? All right. Now we got all that out the way. All right. Let's get going talking about what I want to talk about, which is, guys, we re-signed him. We re-signed him. The big news over the weekend is that Xavien Howard restructured his contract, agreed to a restructure with the Miami Dolphins, and it was such a big, big deal. I am super excited about it. If you haven't seen already, the numbers kind of came out over the weekend, right? So let me share this screen right here. This is from Cameron Wolf. Cameron Wolf stated, new deal includes up to $3.5 million in incentives in 2021 and fully guaranteed salary this year as well. It also includes a 2022 salary fully guaranteed for injury and becomes fully guaranteed on day one of the new league year. $6.775 million in fully guaranteed money. 2022 salary due at signing, source says. Guys, this is a big deal. And then from DEC Management, which is David Cantor, he put on Twitter, I want to thank Coach Flores, Chris Greer, Brandon Shore for doing something unexpected and difficult, to say the least. Many times over the past 8 months, we did not expect anything to happen at all. The organization has handled us with absolute class and professionalism. Guys, it's going to be awesome. Like, I want to hear things like that. Stuff like that makes me know that our management is doing the right thing. They are doing the right thing. They're moving in the right direction, and that's how I want to see this work, right? I want to know that and I say mine, but I want to know that my management knows how to handle things that come at them. And here's the thing. I know a lot of people want to give Flores and Greer the heave-ho in a certain way because they don't think that they've handled drafting, offensive linemen correctly or, signing players for too much money, a.k.a. Baker. Look, guys, in my opinion, in my humble opinion, this front office has done everything they need to do to show that they're one of the best front offices in coaching in the National Football League. They're amazing. They're absolutely amazing, and I'm super excited about that. It's a big deal. Hammer says, congratulations on the new show, Big Dog. Great show, Stephen D. Thanks for hooking me up with my fellow Fins fans in my area. I got a split. Peace, my Fins fam. Roman Soldier says, I haven't heard Tua struggle at all at training camp, unlike last year. I've seen a lot of reports that he is struggling. Crazy what an offseason can do. I'm excited for the season. Silly people. Vince Van Sandal says. Chef Juice says, Stephen D, I'm getting my custom DWA custom shirt right now as we speak. Do I get a discount code? I don't have a discount code yet, but you should. If you hold off on that for a minute, I will, till the end of today, I will talk with Solo to make sure that that new custom discount code and what it is, because he was supposed to put one in for all the members that have the DWA loyalty. So I'll get that to you, Chef Shu, if you just hold up a little bit. Management working with players equals free agents wanting to play here, Kevin Warnemount said. I agree. If you have free agents, but here's the best part. It's not even about free agents for me. It's about people that we draft into the building and we say, hey, look, you've done a great job. We appreciate you doing what you've done. Here's a hometown discount. I think you will start seeing that. For a very, very long time, the Dolphins, in my opinion, have had not a lot of issues getting certain free agents to come here. I don't think that's been an issue. It's re-signing players that are already here that's been the issue. I still want to see what happens with Emmanuel Ogbah because I want him to re-sign. And, Hunter Long went down yesterday. We don't know. I don't have an update on Hunter Long, but he left on a cart. So if Hunter Long is hurt for any extended period of time, that's a big deal for Mike Gesicki and also players like Adam Shaheen, who I didn't know was going to, after the ordeal that he had last week, I questioned if he would make the team or not. But you have players go down with injury, next man up. You got to play. You got to do it. So it'll be very interesting to see what happens and where they go from here. Roman Soldier says, I still think it was Noah reason why we got paid. He's struggling bad at training camp. He got paid. He got paid. Straight up. Miami football talk, I'll get with you, my guy. Straight up. Zach Bush says, chances Patrick Lard makes the team. Very good. Very good. Chef Shu says, I had a great time at training camp members day. Finally got to meet Dolph Ricky and saw the honorable Solo D. Tua is ready for the season by my take of it. I hope so too. I hope so too. I really want to see it. Zach Bush says, same with Shaquem Griffin. Shaquem Griffin, oh my God, I've never wanted to. There's two people I really want to make this team. I really want to make this team. Shaquem Griffin and Matt Collins. And Kirk Merritt is a close third. I want to see those three guys make it. I'm a big Matt Collins fan. Can't get enough of the guy. Really want to get him onto the podcast. Yeah. Finn's Doc says, Xavien Howard is a future Hall of Famer. Take a moment to remember that he's in the prime of his career this year. I agree. Let's see here. Matt, for sure. Pamela says, Stephen D, next man up all day. All day. All right, I want to bring you guys in. I want to hear what you guys' thoughts of Xavien Howard. That is the topic this morning. I talk a little bit more about Hunter Long as the show goes. But, obviously this is a big deal. Getting Xavien Howard to re-sign on the dotted line. It's the first time ever that a player with 4 years remaining on their contract got added money. So it's interesting to kind of see how that goes from here. But I really want to hear from you. I want to hear your thoughts. I want to hear what you guys think. So in the comment box below, I'm gonna do a panel. So come on, let's talk about it. I want to hear from you. Roman Soldier says, can't wait for Wednesday. Guys, just so you guys know why I'm waiting for people to come on, let me promote how this week's going to go. Okay. So today we're obviously talking about X-Man staying in Miami, right? So that's a big deal. Tuesday, tomorrow, we're going to talk about preparing for the inter-team practices in Chicago. What do we really want to see? What should we look? What type of things should we see, right? And then over the following 2 days, we'll have live training camp updates from Chicago. I'm trying to get a couple Chicago beat writers to come on and talk about it. I am in the process of trying to secure that. I don't know if I'm able to or not, but we'll see. And then obviously day 2 will be live from training camp. That'll be Thursday's show. And then Friday is my birthday. My birthday. Spread Kindness Friday is going to be a big birthday celebration for me. That's right. I'm super excited about it. I am super excited about my birthday. I can't say nothing more than that. I love birthday time. It's a celebration of me. Okay. All right. I'll stop talking about me. All right. I am super excited about it. It's going to be a lot of fun. All right. Let's start bringing people on as they're in the back room waiting patiently here. Big Time, what's up?
What's good, Stephen? How are you, sir?
I'm doing good, man. How are you this morning?
I'm good, man. I'm good.
Well, dude, X-Man is back. It's official.
Yeah, that's amazing, right? I mean, I was one of the guys that sat there and said, don't pay the dude, ship him off. But that was more for principle. But in the back of my mind, of course, you always wanted to get the job done. And one of the guys that, that you see around the Dolphins, Dolphin sphere ball game, he sat there and said, listen, if they can mend fences at any point in time, just be patient. And you know what? It was just weird how everything happened. It boiled over so fast. And then last week, it seemed like it calmed down, and Flores was out there saying, hey, we're talking with him, everything's fine. And, Flores is not a part of that. So of course, he wants to keep him, and well assured, he gets that over $6 million and look at what happened. So being patient, paid off, and we have nothing to worry about. We have, our team together, and see what happens in with Chicago and in preseason and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to it, man.
I have not been this excited for, anything in a long time when it comes to the Miami Dolphins. I want to remind everybody, if you got interested in coming on, I'm putting back come on with big time. I want to do a panel. So come on to the show. Definitely want to talk to you this morning about what your thoughts are on X. As far as, when I saw it this morning, one of the things that I was saying to my wife as well as to other Dolphins fans is like, all I want is an update on my phone that says Xavien Howard signs a restructured contract. That's all I want to hear. And then when it happened, the way that it was a Saturday, like I try not to do anything on the weekend or as much stuff on the weekend when it comes to, the podcast network. I try to, reserve that for my time with the family. But I was so excited to get that update on my phone. It was like, okay, things are finally starting to fall the Dolphins' way. And I feel like for years that hasn't happened.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you. Like I said, I think it was just, man, it seemed so odd and everything, how it was panning out. And like I said, everything settled down last week. And there were really no rumors. It was just how Flores was bringing it out, how he was, kind of just bringing it to the table. And it just, if you read between the lines, it just seemed to me, and I didn't say anything about it, but I was thinking it just seemed to me that there's something there that's not being said, that possibly there's a good chance that there's a restructure, and it's probably just going to be for the year. And then they look into the next year, depending on what happens, how he performs. Does he want to stay? If he's staying now and restructuring, that means most likely, probably, depending on how well he does, he will probably finish his career out with Miami, which is honestly is going to be, nice, honestly.
I pray that is the case. I'm not going to count my chickens on that, but I do.
Yeah, sure.
But there's incentives into this deal. That's the other thing, right?
Right.
Like Finn's Doc says, the $1 million all-pro bonus is a lock. Miami fans will make sure of that. I also like that the Dolphins went to the table and said, all right, dude, put your money where your mouth is. Not only we'll guarantee you some of the money that's already on your deal, but we'll in order to make you happy, you got to live up to your contract. So if you are as good as you say you are, we'll give you the money for it, which is great, which is stuff that I want to see. So I really hope that is the case. What do you feel about the incentives part of the deal?
I mean, I think, there's been a few others that have been talking about this. Yeah, I mean, I think it's, how they structured it was smart on their end, on the Dolphins end. And I think, of course, with Xavien, I think, the way he talked about with his agent, he said it was a good deal. And I think that as long as Xavien can stay healthy, I think he definitely can, pick up those incentives and then move forward for next year. But we're in this mode right now. So I think, he's going to do, I think he's going to, with those incentives, I think it even makes him ball out even more this year, which is hard to imagine, but I think he can.
Guys, make sure you hit that like button and subscribe. And Dolphin Chat, just like all the shows for this month are sponsored by Tailgreeter. Make sure you guys go check out tailgreeter.com. X is also going to get $750,000 bonus if he plays 80% of the defensive snaps, and $750 for 90%. All right, so that's the same. So that's got to be different. Finn's Doc, change that real quick. Let me know exactly what that is. Because I don't know if that's quite right. He wouldn't get the same amount. He would get more. So I would assume that he would get $1 million or something if he played 90% of the snaps, which again is a big incentive. Let's bring in Big John. What's up, Big John?
What's up, man? Good morning. How you doing?
Good morning to you, brother. How are you?
Tired, bro. my
Tired.
daughter, my daughter did not want to go to bed, bro.
I have a 5 and 7-year-old. I know all about that.
I'm
So,
not even. I'm not even exaggerating, bro. I swear to God, I must have watched the new Boss Baby movie like 4 times yesterday. Like
who the real boss, baby?
her.
Hey, look, let me ask you a question. So we actually talked, you and I, over the weekend,
Yeah.
and was the X news hadn't come out just yet.
No.
And so the X news came out later. What are your thoughts on Xavien Howard?
Well, it just proves to me what I've been saying the whole time. I think that Stephen Ross wants to win. I think that he must have been watching what everybody else is seeing. I mean, I told you the same thing I've told you from the beginning. I said, as much as I like Igbenogany, dude, and I know he needs time, but if we're in a win now mode, you got to use that for everybody. If you're gonna sit there and say that you wanted to get off of Tua because Deshaun Watson became available and he gives you a better chance to win, quote unquote, right?
Yeah.
It can't just apply to Tua. It has to apply to everybody, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, well, if you're gonna do that for Tua and Igbo's struggling and X is there, hey, listen, we gotta get you on the field. You know.
Well, look, I want to see, now that this is behind us. This is the biggest thing for me, right? So my biggest thing is we no longer have to worry about this. This is over. This is awesome.
That is the greatest thing. That is the greatest thing that could have happened. Is what happened yesterday when you signed.
I mean, look, because now this week, all we have to worry about is the preseason. All we have to worry about is Chicago, which I love. We can actually, there is nothing that is off the field distractions that I am aware of.
Exactly. No more distractions.
And I think that that's going to be a big deal. And, you don't have to worry about a lot of things anymore. Tua looks amazing. Look, if Tua comes out on the opening drive of the Chicago game on Saturday and throws a touchdown, I know it's just a preseason game, but Dolphins Twitter is going to blow up. They're going to be like, all right, Super Bowl contenders, let's go.
It's just preseason, but anything he does on top of what he's already doing, is just going to build his confidence.
But it's going to the fans' confidence too, right? The fans are going to feel more confident, and that's a big deal,
Okay.
Look, I mean, here's the thing. I mean, I've said for weeks now, the fan base is divided for many reasons, right? And if we can all come together on Tua's backbone, that's going to be a big deal. But I like the fact that even people that were like, oh, let X sit, let him rot on the bench or whatever, even those fans this weekend on Twitter were like, well, I guess I am. I'm glad that we re-signed X. It's a good deal,
Well, I mean, to be first of all, it was a big time. I didn't even see he was on. I'm sorry, bro. To be quite sincere, you can sit there and say, hey, let X sit on the bench and rot. And even I got to a point during the negotiations before I found out the numbers. I told you it was $4 million, and you were like, no, I can't. It was $4 million, bro. That's exactly what that's how
it was 3.5, and it was 3.5, but yeah.
You're making my point even worse. I said 3.5.
I got you.
Bottom line is, I told you, I said, it's over $4 million.
But the incentives is a big deal, and the guaranteed money is a big deal.
Yeah, but the incentives really is on him.
Correct.
The incentive is on him. If he doesn't get 10 interceptions or whatever incentives there are, he's not going to get all that money, so he has to play. But overall, when I told you, I said, yo, this is over $4 million. That's what he wants. He doesn't want to be the highest paid corner in the NFL. He wants to be the highest paid corner on his team. And if you let this man walk out the door over $4 million,
they did not.
You would have been doing a disservice to the entire team. You would have been doing a disservice to people that are watching what's going on. So they couldn't do that. Eventually, you had to come off the fence and say, hey, we better pay this guy because you're watching Igbenogany struggle mightily, okay? And if you want to win, and that's what you're talking about, and that's what you're saying, then you better bring the man back.
Baby
'Cause you
Shack
already-
569 says, I'm an X fan, and even I said let him sit on the bench and rot. I didn't want Miami to move off their square after he came out with that letter. Baby Shack, are you happy that they signed him now, though? I want to know what you think there. All right, we have somebody else in the back room here. Let me bring him out. Fan favorite Pamela. What's up, Pamela?
Good.
Oh, wow.
Pam, you're breaking up. You're breaking up, Pam.
Is it better?
All right, I'm gonna move Pam
There you
back
go.
out, and hopefully she
I can
get
hear her
back
now.
in.
Oh, okay.
So,
Go ahead, Big Time.
Just real quick, that I don't know if y'all had a chance to listen to X's 2-minute
press conference.
Yeah. So if y'all watched Key and Peele, have you ever watched Asmataz? What was it? Buckshot. If you ever watched that one, go into it and Key and Peele football interview. Yeah. And you watch it, and if you watch X, because the way he answered them, he kind of it was like a floor, how they said, listen, we don't want you to say too much. Just say, listen, everything worked out fine. I'm with the team, and we're going to keep on moving forward. And most of the whole conversation was like, hey, everything's fine. Moving forward, we're gonna work as a team. It sounds just like that comedy skits. It's funny. You should check it out.
I feel like at the end of the day, he didn't want to leave. I think if any player is watching how to best maneuver a contract negotiation with somebody, and I'll try to bring Pamela back in here. Pamela, you there?
Yeah. Good morning, guys.
Awesome. Good morning. Let me just finish by saying, if any player wants to know how
Hey, how you doing, sweetie?
How a player's negotiation should go, I think that this is a great blueprint. This is a great blueprint, and this is a way for the players in the. I'm not saying that this is going to set a precedent. I really don't think that this will, but I believe he went about this professionally. I think he went about this the best way he knew how, and the letter itself. I think he never came out publicly and said anything, with the exception of the podcast guest in January. That was it. That was the only thing he said verbally, with the exception of the letter on Twitter. I mean, on Instagram. And so I think he did about this the right way, and I'm real happy that he's back. That's just me. Pamela, what's up? Are you excited X back?
Yes, I really am, and I agree with my Finn family here about that it couldn't have been done any other way. If it happened any other way, if we lost him, bad. If we paid him, I think we got roster and locker room issues. But the way this is, I think it works out. But I was ready to have him sit the bench and principle thing, just like Big Time said. That's how I felt. Principle, and I didn't like the Twitter letter or whatever it was. I thought he could have held back on that, especially since he was in the negotiations.
But I don't think it ever
how
would
it
have
was
got to
going.
this point. I don't think it ever would have got to this point if it wasn't for that letter. He put pressure on Miami to do something.
Possibly.
Miami, yeah, and that's what I think. All right, let's bring in Pete. What's up, Pete?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Good morning to everybody out there. How's everybody?
Good morning. Good morning. As Big John's laughing that you're on.
Big
I
John,
love
I'm
Pete,
up
man.
here because
Pete-
you up here, man. Just know that. How you doing, Pete?
Guys, if you like the content that we're doing right now, please hit
Oh,
that
boy.
like button and subscribe to the channel. Right now, I believe we have 47 people watching and 29 likes. So come on, hit that like button.
I've always said it. Pete equals clicks, bro.
P equals clicks. I hope Pete's right.
I've been telling you that since the beginning. Get
Oh,
ready
man.
for controversy.
No, but listen, I was like, look, this is, and I'm talking to Xavien Howard. Obviously, if he gives us anything that he did last year, it was totally worth an extra incentives, or the money was worth it. If X was worth it, we know that as the fan, as players of the fans, we know X was worth it, and maybe he was lowball. But my thing is, do you guys don't think Chris Greer folded? Because I heard there was a lot of chatter in this community, and there was a lot of good points that some of these doubters were saying, don't pay X. They had a lot of valid points. So the only thing that worries me is this has to, I saw something. The next 2 years is $91 million guaranteed.
Only if he produces.
Okay, here's my thing. I don't think he folded from this perspective, okay? The first thing he did was he made him have to earn his money and be on the field. Part of that is you have to play a certain percentage of the games. You have to be available. We're not going to give you money and just let you walk out the door, get a fake injury, not want to be here, sprain an ankle. You're going to have to play. Okay, that's always been the biggest sticking point. If you see anybody give you an argument about Xavien Howard, it's never been talent. It's the best ability is availability, and you have to be on the field to produce. Because if he's only played like 36 games in the last 3 years, and if he would have been, and look at the numbers he put up. So what would his numbers be like if he would have played more? So this time they're like, okay, you want us to pay you? We're gonna pay you, but you need to meet all these little sticking points to get your money. That's where I think, even though it looks like he folded, they forced him to be here, to be on the field. They made him accountable. That's the first time they've made him accountable, because when they first gave him his contract, he had missed a whole mess of games, and we still gave him money like it was all good. They said, okay, it's not no good. You can't miss 13 games in the season. We're not flying for that. So as much as we think he folded, I don't think they folded. I think they're going to make him earn his money. And you really don't have to pay him all that guaranteed money, because if he doesn't stick to what you told him this year, you can get rid of him in the offseason. So,
but it's a little confusing because it says it's guaranteed. So whether he plays on this team or not, it might be another Ndamukong Suh deal where we might have to pay him on the contract, and he could be on another team, right?
The only guaranteed money as far as next year goes, the first is that $6 million that comes up at the beginning of the new season. Okay, they gave him that $6 million. Okay, but none of the rest of the contract is guaranteed. So it's that $6 million.
Here's the other. I want to touch on Pete's question about did Greer fold. I don't think that Greer folded. I think Greer explored all of his options to a T. I guarantee you that man took phone calls and wanted to see what was out there. I guarantee you he had internal talks with Flo and other people in the front office to say, if we let this thing rot, how is this going to turn? He explored every option. And I don't think it was a matter of him with his back against the wall. I think it was a matter of, okay, this is the best option for Miami, and this is what we're going to do going forward. Now we have a player who's happy and satisfied. We have a player that makes our defense arguably top 3 defense in the NFL.
Yeah, I want to add to that. Go ahead, Big John. Go ahead, man.
You know what it is, Steven? Also, he sat there, and I honestly, truthfully, from the heart, feel that they were gonna get rid of Xavien Howard. I'm guaranteeing you, it just looked like there was no coming back. But the fact that Igbenogany could not do his part, the best thing X did was sit on the bench and say, okay, guys, you want me to sit? I'll be here. But every time Igbo gives up a touchdown pass, you're going to look over to your left, see my number 25 sitting there and wish I was covering. And Igbenogany was on every highlight. 2 through 15 touchdowns. 13 were on Noah. I don't know if that was the exact number, but it felt that way. So every time that they saw that he wasn't developing, it was just building X's case. You were going to get rid of him, and then you see that, okay, you know what? It's not working. And over $4 million, we can't throw away a season over $4 million. That would be retarded for anyone to do.
He's only guaranteed $6.7 million next year. The Dolphins can pay him, and then they can cut him on the first day of the league year.
That's what I was saying.
The worst of the worst happens, but I don't think that's the case. Guys, 52 people in the watching, 35 likes. Hit that like button.
Yeah, you see that. Go ahead, Big John. I mean, Big Time.
I mean, I want to third all that just and just add a little bit that, I mean, besides, what Big John just said, listen, I mean, if he would have fought it to where there was more of an issue and a problem there, and it almost got to that point, but like I said, last week changed a little bit into the tone of Flores and stuff. So that's where I feel that, but if it kept on, even with what was going on in camp, I just don't know if they would. I think definitely they wanted to get everything situated before, preseason and the start of the season. But, to Pete, though, I just think that in general, I was definitely sitting there saying, have him sit, not rot, just have him sit so no injuries occur and we can actually, move him to another team where he's still healthy. To me, if you were putting him out there, a possible injury. But I think you have to look at it was for at least a 1 year term, depending on what he's doing. Plus, if you look at that, like, that video that he did like this past year, you have to sit there and say, well, he says that he bet on himself, but everybody knows the way he was acting in that video, he didn't, or he wouldn't have signed. So this time around, that he's betting on himself, where the Dolphins have that guaranteed money and in the incentive money that he has to work his butt off to prove that he wanted to, work with the Dolphins and possibly stay with them, per the rest maybe of his career possibly. So they look at it this first year or this year indefinite. It was the juice worth the squeeze. And for this contract, for this 1 year contract, and where we're at right now is definitely worth the squeeze with Xavien Howard.
Steven, if you allow me to say something real quick.
Hold on, let Pamela go real quick.
Go ahead, Pam. Go ahead, Pam. Go ahead.
And I'm gonna bring Larry in, and Larry can go after Pam.
Let me go after Pam because I gotta add to Big.
All right, go ahead. We'll do Pamela, Pete, Larry, then go back to Big John.
Thank you, Steve.
PPL. We're going PPL. So what I think about this whole thing with Greer and, whether he caved or whatever, I don't believe that, not one bit either. Don't believe it. But I also believe that Flo was in this big time. And we have seen what he will and what he will not tolerate out of his players. We've seen the people that he's cut because of attitude. So I feel like it had to come back in a way where X was going to buy into Coach and he was going to, be part of that team. And if it was any other way, this wouldn't have happened.
Pete?
My thing with Xavien Howard, and good morning, Larry. Glad you're up here. Sorry to skip you, but not sorry.
Morning, Pete.
The thing with Xavien Howard, I was so ready because it felt like he was already on the trade block. So I was so ready to upgrade this offense. I wanted this offense. I'm not even worried about our defense without Xavien Howard. Like, honestly, I know you guys would be like, but Pete, listen, I'm more worried about our offense. All right. That's
say it again. But Pete.
Yeah, I knew there was gonna be hashtags and all of this questioning, but this and that. I my thing is I trust Flo. I trust his defense schematics. I trust him to sit here and set up a defense because we seen it in 2019, even when we started off really bad. At the end of the year, he figured out a plan and how to use these guys, the no names. He worked them well. So I trust Flores on defense. I will trust Flores if he puts Noah and starts him against number 2 receivers. I have no problem with that. Our number 1 would probably be Byron Jones. We all know that. But the thing is, I don't know. I don't know. I thought he was gone. Like my feelings already was he was gone. We were going to upgrade this offense. Go ahead, Larry. Steal the show, buddy.
No, I'm not going to steal the show. Yeah, right. Guys, do you mind if I reach my inner reason this morning? Okay.
Reach your inner reason.
Oh, you're going to go
inner reason. I was goddamn right about what the Fins were going to do. Okay, look. Let's go back, right? I support whatever Flores does because for once we got a real legitimate quality management team.
What?
So I said there was 3 possible outcomes. 1, they hold steady and they don't give nothing, and if they trade us because they're going to get a spectacular haul. Okay. 2, they were going to give him some money, guaranteed money. Okay. or 3, we all know they're going to trade X. So either way, I was perfectly happy what management does because I trust them. But people ask me, what would I do if I was GM, right? I simply said, and this was post, because this is important, because it was post June 1st, pre-June 1st, I'm sorry, where his 2022 contract was guaranteed for about $6 million and $7 million was unguaranteed. I said X earned as a bonus for his spectacular year the right to have that $7 million guaranteed in June 22nd, but I would not do anything other than that. So what Greer does, exactly more or less what I did, what I suggested, right? When you look at it, right, it says $6.755 million pre June 1st. It's not but it's guaranteed for 2.8 already. So in essence, he increased the guarantee to about another $4 million. Then on top of that, I didn't even think of, so I'm not quite up to the level of Chris Greer yet. I'm close. Okay. He came, as John pointed out, came out with that $3.5 million incentive. Okay, brilliant, because we all know my main issue with X has always been his availability. So Greer's essence is not still covering. And guys, guess what? Did they cave in? No, they still have great value contracts with X. And X gets a little more money. Hey guys, let's past year, right? Did X play like a $20+ million quarterback? Yeah, he did. Right? Absolutely. If he does it again, we still got a great value in the contract.
So Larry, so there's no way he caved in. He didn't fold, right?
No, no. You know what I equated to? And this is not a precedent. Most of us are not blessed. Even I wasn't blessed to do that. But sometimes a company has an employee that's such a standout employee, they give a little bonus at the end of the year. No, they don't change his salary structure, but they give him a little bonus at the end of the year. That's what they did with X. So they did not set a precedent by creating a new contract. They just gave him that little extra pat in the back. Man, you just exceeded far more than what we expected from you. So that's not. Hey, and guys, if Baker does the same thing, I would be perfectly happy. They give him a little bonus like that.
So you know where I was going, Larry.
Yeah, I knew where you were going.
That's
Baker,
why
right?
you had Baker there. Mm-hmm. That's fine.
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. The next player, every year we're gonna have this with Greer. Just know that because he already, he already started the train with X. The train is turned on. It's filled with coal, and that's how it's gonna roll. Every time Pete, player does good, would you be upset?
Would you be upset if Baker plays like an all-pro and you give him a little pat in the back with a little extra money that way? Would you be upset?
I am going to be upset because this defense, listen, Larry, this defense is always going to be doing good. And if we keep losing the good players because every time they do good,
but we didn't lose them this time, Pete.
We didn't lose them. We're not going to lose Baker either.
We're not losing them. You're right. So let me not say it that way. We're not losing them. Every time the defense is doing good, they're going to ask for more money. But
see, now this is
doing? What if we have Tua come out like an MVP?
Then pay him his money.
Next thing you know, we don't have money in cap, and Tua's due a lot of money. Now
I haven't had a quarterback in 25 years. If Tua comes out and has an MVP year, blank check, son. Sign on the dotted line, please.
We might not have.
Lucky thing you're not Chris Greer. You'll break the bank.
I'll break the bank for Tua.
So
if he proves to be what I know he can be. Go ahead, Big John.
Going to your question, I don't think if anybody caved this time in this negotiation, believe it or not, it's not Chris Greer. It was Brian Flores. I'm going to explain why it was Brian Flores. Brian Flores, in a sense, had to cave because Brian Flores, the reason why coming into this season, when this whole thing was going down, everybody was talking about, we can trade X, was because Igbenogany was there, and Igbenogany is a Brian Flores pick. But you saw that your pick isn't working. What I like about Flores is he didn't sit there and let his feelings get in the way of bringing back X because he was the one that was hurt. He told X, hey, don't talk about it no more. X came out with the podcast. He could have been like, you know what, I'm tired of this dude. I don't want to deal with him. Okay, but Flores had to cave because his pick was the one that wasn't working. Anybody who thinks Chris Greer picked Igbenogany is out of their mind. The last defensive players that have been picked have been Brian Flores picks. They do it together. Yeah, they talk, they chit-chat, but those are Brian Flores
and Greer do not do anything without each other.
Okay, you can continue to think that, and that's fine.
I continue to know that.
Okay, that's fine. When Brian Flores comes on here and says, "Listen, I'm going to be real. I don't get involved."
He's never going to do
believe
that. He's never going to do that
because he is involved. Because no other human being in the world.
I'm not saying he's not.
Listen. Do you really think that Chris Greer picked Hunter Long because we needed a tight end? No. We didn't need a tight end because you could have franchised Gesicki. You could have transitioned.
Let me finish. Let me pause you.
I need to say
GM. Hold on, guys. GM and head coach, right?
Mm-hmm.
GM's job is to put the best players on the field, and the coach's job is to take the players that the GM makes to be able to have. But when you have cohesiveness, which is what Flores and Greer are, Flores can go to him and say, hey, I think we need X player, or I think that this player makes the job better. And then they have a conversation and say, hey, look, if we build depth here now, we're not addressing this issue, but you're saying they have a conversation. I'm not saying that's the right decision as a fan, but who the hell am I?
Okay.
Greer and Flores do things together.
I agree. I'm not disputing that, but I'm telling you that overall, when it came down to pick at that 30th pick, they went with what Flores wanted to do over the logical thing to do, which was not to grab him, especially when he is a project player. You take a project player in the later rounds. As much as I understand that Larry said he was a second-round pick and all this, factor in the fact that he's only played one season at cornerback in his entire career, okay? Look how long it took Tannehill to become a good quarterback. What, 8-9 years to become a quarterback? You can't take Igbenogany there and wait 9 years for Igbenogany to be good because he won't even be on the squad.
His third year.
Yeah, exactly.
I understand that, but we're talking about looking at the talent and evaluating. If we're talking about winning now, which we were, okay, we still don't have a running back. And I don't care how great Gaskin is. I don't care how great Jared Doak is.
I don't care who's in the backfield. I care about the trenches. The offensive line is honestly
okay, but you need to care because at the end of the day, if you have a running game, which we don't yet, not to what I think is a running game. If you have a running game, when you play fake and you do that RPO, they're not going to come after you because they have to stop to look if the running back has the ball, okay? If not, they're just going to keep going. I'm going to tell you right now, Myles Gaskin does not scare me if I'm going to hand off the ball to Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin does not move the needle. He may be a great player when you look at his 100 yards overall. He doesn't move the needle, okay? Javonte Williams moves the needle.
Yeah,
okay.
I don't want to talk about players that are not here.
But we're not. The conversation started about Chris Greer and Brian Flores. I think Brian Flores had to eat a little bit of crow because
There's
he did
no
not
crow
like,
to be eaten. The man took the worst team. He took literally the worst roster in the NFL ever.
But we're not talking about the worst roster. We're not talking about the worst roster. We're talking about the fact that it has been said in back channels, Brian Flores likes Xavien Howard the player, has an issue with Xavien Howard the person, okay? Which is fine. You don't have to like everybody you work with. There's people I work with that I can't stand, okay? I would literally backslap half these people, okay, for stupidity. I mean, literally, so I get that. But when you sit there and you know that he did something that's against your main principles, okay, and you don't like it, and yet you have somebody who you put in place, and whether we agree with it or don't agree with it, you picked Igbo. Fine. That was your pick. That was going to be your replacement for Xavien Howard. But when you come back and X is sitting there saying, okay, I'll wait, and you see that your plan isn't working, the fact that he was able to look at himself and say, you know what, it's not working. The fact that he put the team before him,
I got you. Next, Pamela.
Yeah, I would like to talk about the Greer flow thing. So, for example, if you get an imbalance of power in either one of those two places, coach, GM, owner, what you're going to get is Dallas. You're going to get a big fat mess where there's plenty of talent
You're
and a
going to get
team
what we
that's
got
not
for the
winning.
last 15 years before Graham Flores.
Well, I don't think that was. I don't know that I think that was our problem. Maybe it was sometimes, but I believe that flow is a part of every one of these decisions. That they can't do it without each other. If they're not on the same page, it's not going to work. You're going to get Dallas. That's what's going to happen.
What's
Let
weird?
me. Yeah.
As far as our running game, I don't think you're going to have a running game, and everybody knows this. If you don't have any pass game, you're not going to have a running game. So when our pass game gets upped, which I believe that it totally will be this year, I think we're going to have more of a running game.
Yeah, let me say a couple of things about that. Big John, I hope you can hear because it's directed to you.
I'm here, big dog. Go ahead. I'm all here.
Okay. You know what I said, right? You don't need a elite quarterback to win the Super Bowl, right? You don't.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
Now, how about the running game? Okay, the best running game in the NFL, best running backs in the NFL, Ezekiel Elliott, Saquon Barkley, help me here, Derrick Henry. Okay. You know who's the last 2 years been the number one rushing team in the NFL?
The Ravens.
Go.
No.
No, not the Ravens. No.
Go ahead. We're waiting.
No, I'll tell you what. They don't have a big name running back.
Go ahead. Say it.
San Francisco 49ers, okay? They did it by offensive line and running back by committee. They don't have, including 1 year with Matt Breida, who failed us here in Dolphin land, okay? No, you don't need, the Dolphins running game is fine. If they have the opportunity to upgrade without destroying their salary cap, absolutely. Absolutely. But they're fine. And Pamela's right. Our best running attack hopefully it won't be this year, but our best running attack last year was when we established the pass first. And one of my biggest gripe, right, Steven, and all you guys who heard me during the course of last season, I had it to a T for the longest time. The Dolphins come out, their first series, hand off the ball, second play, hand off the ball, and they'll do it well into the second quarter until they realize we're not good enough just to try to run the football only. And then that's when they opened up the passing, and whether it's Fitz or with Tua. And that's when our offense became much more effective.
Yeah, Larry, but remember on your show, not to cut you off, on your show, I said they're not going to be RPO. They're going to be PRO. They're going to pass first to open up the run this season, because the one thing that does help the running game that we have is the amount of speed that we have on the field that we've never had at the same time.
You know what, Big John, I'm not going to but I think ideally, I'm just going to take percentage, right? I want to see first down 50-50. Don't be predictable. Okay, that's what happened. Our running game was never good enough that we were going to succeed with Chan Gailey's. Every game I'm going to start out with our running game for a 4 or 5, 6 series. No, but don't be predictable either. So 50-50, and hopefully our offensive line gets good enough in the run attack that 50-50 will generate a quality running attack.
Well, the reason why I say I think they're going to pass first is because when you have all that speed on the field, okay, and you have to double, and you have to
EM, I'm sorry, I didn't mean which lady up here.
Hey, you got him.
Which lady up here?
I had to put it on there because it's such a good comment by EM.
Which lady up here?
EM, get up here.
Yeah, please.
You know what? You need to get some of me. No, but you know what? I agree with a lot of the things you guys say, especially Big John right there with the starting off with the pass and then run. That's exactly what came out of Flores' mouth. And anybody that believes otherwise, I don't know where you're at with this Dolphins community, because we're for sure going to be passing and passing and passing. To me, I honestly think this season is all about Tua. Do we know what we have in a quarterback? Let's see if he can make all those passes in live games. And when he confirms it, then we can move on and try to build, a good running back.
Let me just touch on that real quick, man, because you bring up a really good point. So I said that if you guys remember me doing panels, roundtable shows 3.5 months ago with TD, Doug, a lot of the guys, I said that too. And they brought up a really good point to me, and I want to bring this up. I think that our offense is going to be killer. But the reality is the offensive line is a question mark, right? But let's for the sake of the argument and the sake of the discussion, let's say our offense passing is absolutely amazing, and we're up by, 14, 17 points going into the fourth quarter or the middle of the third quarter. The reality is teams run the ball then. And so you might end up getting still 30 to 35 carries a game because you're up so big, you're gonna carry the ball instead of pass, right? So what happens in that scenario? I go back to you, Pete, in that particular scenario of what do you see there? Because that's going to be where the real question mark is.
Well, and you want me to go, Pete, or you want to go?
Yeah, go ahead, Big John.
All right. Well, in that instance, Steven, there's ways to manufacture running the ball without literally having to hand the ball off to the running back on every play. Okay, you could do a gadget play with Grant or with Waddle where they come behind and you flick the ball and let him run. You do an end around and he gets yardage. You could fake do the RPO, have Tua come around the corner, which he's done. People forget that Tua was a dual threat quarterback, the number one dual threat quarterback in college football when he got to Alabama. Whoever thinks Tua can't run with the ball is insane. The fact that he turned himself into a pocket passer when Trent Dilfer shitted on him on national television just shows how Tua can take something and run with it, okay? Because Tua in high school was more of a running quarterback than he was a passing quarterback. So you can always fake the ball to the running back and have Tua come around the corner and get 4 or 5 yards. It's not like you're gonna get into a point where you can't throw a screen pass, okay, or a bubble screen to manufacture yards that you would consider to be long handoffs. So you don't literally have to run back every play and hand the ball off to Gaskin in a typical running formation. So that would be what I would tell you as far as that goes.
Big John, I got a question for you real quick. When did Dilford shit on him? I'm just curious.
He did. He shitted on him during the Elite 11.
Well, if you watch both videos, there were a couple videos on that. He was hard on him in the beginning, but he also tended to move towards Tua and how hard he worked.
But that's what I said. But that's what I said when he first shitted at the beginning. When he goes, Tua, you don't play the quarterback position the way you got to play it. You're not doing it right. You're not going to get anywhere. You got to work on this. And he called him out in front of everybody. Tua didn't get mad about it. Tua went back to Hawaii. Tua practiced his craft, and Tua turned himself into an incredible pocket passing quarterback. Other people who aren't as mentally strong, I'm sorry, would have folded. The kid didn't fold.
I'm not disagreeing with you on that because me and Larry, on Larry's panel, we talked about how mentally strong he is. Where quite a few players as well as like Herbert. This was just the observation that if Herbert went through it, had to go through it, there's no way he would have mentally went through it. There's no way he could have gotten through it. So we know how mentally strong he is. But when I watched it, I just looked at it a little bit differently. I seen Trent Dilfer kind of like, it was more of like, hey, listen, you need to do this better. You're not going to get to where you need to go. I see the potential, but you need to start focusing. That's the way I seen it. So, but the other part of it is he did after that, he did train him, like helped him out when he was rehabbing. So again, I think there's something, I think there's Either one, you're misconstruing a little bit there, but I also that we both think of it differently. I just think it was more positive. He was trying to help him out than negative. That's just my view on it, though. I thought I get what you're saying, though.
Hey, real quick, I want to bring up a tweet that was from Michael Lombardi. And it pretty much, Michael Lombardi said, in talking to some teams around the league, sounds like Miami is searching for some offensive tackle depth and is willing to make a trade. I'm sure they aren't the only teams looking for quality tackles.
So now should we be making fun of Liam Eichenberg now, like we're making fun of Noah Igbenogany?
No, I don't think that's the case, but I think the reality is Liam is a rookie. But you guys laugh. Here's the reality of it. We have a young offensive line, and the places where we do have veterans, you know, Big John, you just said it before. Why are we wasting our time on players like veterans that are like, okay, we know what they can do, but we also know what they can't do. And so you look at a guy like Jesse Davis, you know, who else on the O-line that the Dolphins need better players on that depth. And so I don't know where you go get it from, but the reality is they need to do it. And so that's, to me, that's comforting to hear, honestly, that the Dolphins are searching.
You know what, guys? Personally, you know me. I see tweets like that, and I said, so what's the big deal? What do you expect? Almost every team in the NFL needs more depth in their offensive line. Some need starters, okay? So there's no big deal. Then the G.J. Fluker got hurt.
Let me ask you a question.
More depth.
Let me ask you a question,
as far
Larry.
as the young, you're right, Steven, that Flores always tells you what
always
he wants.
watching.
He wants competition. Okay, whether it's a vet or it's a young player, he wants competition, and he wants more competition on that O-line, obviously. So I said, so? What's the big deal about this tweet? Why making a big deal out of it? Of course, Greer's going to be looking for more offensive line, looking to upgrade. Of course, he'd be looking to upgrade running back. That's his job.
Go ahead, Big John.
Hold on, baby. I have to talk to Steven real quick.
You know your priorities, Big John. Tell her off.
No. Steven gets priority over her. Steven gets priority over her because I'm putting you on hold because you're a Jets fan. Larry, you didn't know my girl's a Jets fan, so she gets second priority.
Oh, okay. Actually,
Big John, bro.
I'm a reformed Jet fan. It could happen.
I agree with what you guys are saying, and I understand, but this all goes back, Steven, to, I know it's controversial, and you don't agree with it, but I've been saying maximizing your resources, people. The Dolphins have had 9 draft picks in the last 2 drafts in the top 50, okay? And they've missed on I don't know how many, but you shouldn't miss on that many. You shouldn't. The fact that we're even wondering
on how many drafts in the past?
We've had 9 draft picks in the last 2 years. We've had 9 picks in
and
the
you're
top
saying
50.
that we missed on some of them?
We have.
You can't grade that.
Steven, you know what? Get EM up here so you can explain it.
I just brought him on.
EM, can you please explain to this man, as much as I love Steven, why
I love you too,
drafting,
but you can't grade draft picks in 2 years.
They've missed on. Oh my God, I can't do this again. Listen, there's no reason we should be having an issue with Liam Eichenberg. We shouldn't, quote unquote, if we traded up to pick him. We're giving up draft capital. We literally gave up 3 picks for Liam Eichenberg. Me and Ian were talking about this yesterday. And he's not a right tackle. Now we're moving him to guard. So what I would say is, go get the guy from KC they drafted last year. Okay? Or I wouldn't be opposed to bringing back Fluker. Okay? I know he's on a medical. They came up with a settlement and he's gone. Bring him back. Bring him back.
Welcome to the show, Ian.
I don't know why. That tweet that you brought up, Steven, I'm sorry, Larry, that tweet that you brought up is actually starting to put a little pain on the right side of my head. Because we already traded on draft day for a tackle. We already got this. We already drafted linemen the year before, like 2 or 3 of them. So we have a stable set of linemen that we're looking to develop. Well, by that tweet, I guess they don't want to develop at all. And it's worrisome now, man, because my only concern, Steven and everybody here, is only the offense, right? And I'm at a point where a quarterback.
Really, Pete? Really? Oh, okay, like that shocking news.
EM, a quarterback could hurt an offensive line just as bad as an offensive line could screw up a quarterback. They got to go hand in hand together. They know how to work together. And I don't think Tua's going to be able to figure it out how to work and stay in the pocket.
We know that. We know that, Pete. We understand. We know that. We know how you feel about Tua. We know.
Like
we know.
Guys, yeah, before you two get off, you mind if I have to correct myself, okay? Like I said, when I make an error, I admit it and I correct myself. The 49ers weren't the top rushing team in 2019, 2020. It was 2018 and 2019. Technically, the Ravens had more, but that's because of Lamar Jackson, not a running back, but pure running back. They did. Okay, that's making my point. That's making my point.
Ahead,
you don't
EM.
need elite running backs.
EM, the floor is yours, sir.
Now go ahead, EM. I'm sorry.
EM, please defend me real quick.
No, I mean, I just been listening to y'all. I got to address something before we get started real quick. Man, I tell you, big time, you got your homer hat on early this morning. I got to admit, bro. All due respect. But I heard your comments you made about Herbert, talking about Herbert is not mentally tough. He would not be able to endure what Tua endured mentally. How can you sit up with a straight face and make that comment, bro? That's ridiculous, man.
Okay. So, you know, I'm not. Can you let me speak? Can you let me speak? Listen, man. I'm just
Go ahead.
Listen, man. I mean, honestly. So, you know, we had talked about this on Larry's channel, and he brought up a scenario and stated, "Hey, do you think because of how Tua mentally was strong going through what he did with his, with his injury, do you think Herbert would have been able to do the same thing?" Well, I mean, I think mostly everybody agreed on that panel at that specific time, stated no.
And that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous.
I understand that. I'm not going to try to debate you on this. I mean, we're just going to disagree. I feel that there's not too many players out there that could have done what he did. Now, I'm not a homer, but listen, give me a second. I believe this just because of just what he went through and how he went through it. And there's a lot of individuals out there, especially, hell, I've went through it, and I went through something similar to that. And the fact is that it takes a good backing from friends, family, as well as the individual themselves, because you start tending to doubt yourself. This kid had a good backing as well as himself, and I feel that in general that with this type of injury, you wouldn't have seen too many players come back from this and be successful. Plus, again, it also demands on the people that believe in him, like Trent Dilfer did. I feel also I believe in Flores too, because I think with Flores, as much as people sit there and say that he did not want Tua. If you look back at, like, let's just give in a short example, and then you can burn me as much as you want to. But if you look back at like Jimmy Johnson and Aikman, I feel Aikman, he was tons on his back his first 2 years. I feel if Jimmy Johnson wasn't there, it would have been a totally different process where I think Aikman would have lost confidence, and he probably wouldn't have been the guy that he was after that. So, but I think with Jimmy Johnson was very confident in Aikman, sitting there, giving him his spiel. Listen, you are the man. You are the guy. Well, I think Flores was that guy saying, listen, we believe in you. We're not going to give you too much to where you're going to fail, but you will go through some adversity. That's why I feel that there's not too many players out there that could have came back from what he did. And that gives a lot to Tua. And I didn't want to draft Tua at all.
All right, EM. Rebuttal.
Oh, okay. I'm still trying to figure out how can y'all come to the conclusion that Justin Herbert wouldn't have go through the same thing. I just don't understand that. But I'm gonna let you make it big time. I can go in. I'm really tempted to go in, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna let you make it. But anyway, good morning, gentlemen. I'm glad. Hey, Steven, appreciate you for having me on the show this morning.
Hey, you know what? I appreciate you thanking me first before you said hello to everybody else. I appreciate that. That's what
I hear you, man. I hear you. Larry, Larry, you still up here? What's going on, Larry? How you doing,
I'm
man?
trying to hide from you, Ian. I'm doing my best imitation.
I caught that. Oh, Pamela, I agree with you, Pamela, and Pamela's right. Yeah, but I'm not. Hey, I'm not mad at you, homie. I'm just kidding, Larry. I'm trolling you, bro.
So, Ian, I got a question for you, really quick, before we move on.
Yeah.
So, real quick. So, if you think Herbert would have been able to mentally go through this, which you can't sit there and say what Tua went through wasn't, it wasn't devastating, right? Do you believe that he went through a devastating injury? Do you believe mentally he had to have a good backing as well as himself to get through what he did? Is that right or not right?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know.
That's just yes or no. It's just a yes or no answer.
No. I don't know if Herbert can or couldn't.
No. I'm saying Tua.
Okay.
I said, do you believe that he was mentally strong, that he got through this as well as a good backing? Is that yes or is that good? Yeah, right or no? Yes or no?
Absolutely. We all know how I feel about this player.
Okay. So my question to you is then, you believe Herbert can do that? Okay. So then are you saying every player can go through that and actually have that adversity as well?
No, I didn't say that. I don't know.
I know you didn't say that, but you did not say that either.
Big Tom, can you let me finish, bro? You asked me 2 or 3 things at one time,
man.
bro. I'm trying to address each question. Okay, listen. I don't know if Herbert if he would have endured anything remotely close to what Tua did. I don't know whether he would have successfully been able to come back from that or not. I don't know. My only issue with y'all is y'all are already coming to the conclusion that he won't. And my issue with that is you have no idea what this man can endure. You don't know it.
It's just an opinion, though, just like yours.
But the reason why y'all do that, hang on. But the reason why y'all do that, it goes back to one of my biggest issues within the fan base. Y'all consistently last year, you try to take away from what this man did last year to try to prop up Tua when Tua had a solid enough season on his own to where y'all don't have to do that. You don't have to try to prop up Tua, bro.
And I have a problem with guys like you putting me in the same box, because I never sat there and said that Herbert didn't deserve or actually accomplish something, because he accomplished something that Burrow didn't do, and he accomplished something that Tua didn't do. So
when you make a comment like that, that's exactly what you're doing.
You're speaking. I'm not done. What I'm saying is that I agree with you. I'm not taking anything away from what he's done. I'm just, in my opinion, I don't know if he would have been able to go through what Tua did and be successful like that. But I can't take anything away from what that kid did, and he's probably going to be successful for the rest of his career. But I don't know that until, just like Type TD says, time will tell.
Yeah. Look, guys. Hold on, Ian. Hold on.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead, Larry.
First of all, Steven, this is what I have to deal with all the time. Okay. I'm
like, do y'all like each other? Do you not like? What's the deal?
Okay. So let me throw a little. As you know, I'm notorious for using logical logic. First of all, there's no taking away that Herbert had a fabulous year. Stop. Okay. However. And there's no way of knowing the correct answer, because unless Herbert went through what Tua did, right? But logic tells me that Herbert, if he had to endure the hip injury that Tua did, would nowhere be near successful as Tua was.
What logic? Larry?
Let me finish. Like I said, I have to look. First of all, because Herbert relies on his physical attributes. Can you deny that? That he has a big arm. That he's a strong arm. And the injury we're talking about is a major hip injury, which restricts your ability. Tua relies as much on his brains as his physical body. That's one of the reasons why he was so successful.
No, let me stop you.
Are you going to deny that?
No, I'm not denying that. But what you're saying, what you just said was that you're saying Herbert is more reliant on his physical attributes than Tua. Correct, right?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not true, bro, because obviously Tua... Can I finish?
No, you can't. Go ahead.
So, no, obviously you're incorrect, because we saw how dramatically a 60% Tua was how underwhelming his arm was, his mechanics, his base, et cetera, et cetera. We saw how that dramatically affected him last year.
course.
To the point, hang on, to the point was they were getting ready to move off of him just 2 weeks ago. So no, you can't say the Dolphins. Hang on.
Again. Here we go
Hang on.
again.
So my point to you is when you make buffoonish statements like, "Oh, Herbert is just more reliant on the physical attribute than Tua," you're wrong. You're incorrect, bro.
That is correct. That's what is Herbert's main attribute. That he has a gun for his arm. He can make every throw in the book, and he got.
Ray Charles can see that. That's
his
obvious.
main attribute. What is Tua's main attribute? Is his accuracy, his touch, and all that.
But he still has to have his base.
No question. I'm just saying. Look, if the positions were reversed, I don't think Herbert would have had a successful season as Tua did. I'm not knocking Herbert. I think
I think that's ridiculous.
First of all,
I think that's ridiculous.
Let's enjoy these 3 wonderful quarterbacks we had in that draft year. Okay, Tua, Herbert, and Burrows. They're all gonna, assuming they all stay healthy. You hear me, Cincinnati? Get him some protection. They stay healthy. They're gonna have fabulous careers.
They're gonna do Herbert the way they did Love. I mean, not Love. What's his name? That he played for the Colts.
Luck.
Yeah, they're gonna do him the same way.
And that's my whole point. And that's my whole point throughout this entire process last year. I said, look, let's just enjoy all 3. I mean, for the first time in a long time, we have 3 solid prospects moving forward that we can be all 3 fan bases can be excited about. Because I said pre-draft, I don't see bust in any of the top 3 guys.
No.
So we can just be appreciative. But again, the fan base, they constantly always trying to take jabs at what Herbert did to try to prop up what Tua did, and you don't have to do that.
Nobody did that till you came on here, EM. Nobody brought up Herbert.
They do it. I've heard all of y'all, bro.
I'm just saying,
indirectly taking jabs. Oh, I've heard it many times on this channel as well.
Not from me.
Wait a minute.
Stop
You're taking jabs because we're pointing out a little critique of another.
No.
God.
You guys will not take it.
Herbert. I didn't say. I've said he's a fabulous. That doesn't mean he's perfect. God damn.
Nobody said that. Nobody's saying he's perfect.
That is the critique. You buffoon.
EM.
No. Oh my God!
Look, EM's turning me to another EM. Guys, help me! I need intervention.
I'm gonna have to raise my hand.
Really?
That's right.
Really, Larry?
Go ahead.
Don't worry.
Don't worry. Big John, go ahead. Big John, then Miami football talk. Who just came in? Big John, then Miami football.
Yeah, I agree with you with what you're saying, but I think that what Larry's trying to tell you is that if you look at the elite traits that Tua has, his arm, even though I disagree, the majority of people, it doesn't make them right, have never looked at Tua as having an elite arm. So the traits that they associate to Tua are accuracy, anticipation, and being able to read a football field. What Larry is saying, let me finish, my love, my dog. You know, I love you.
Go ahead.
I think that,
say my love?
Yeah, he's my love. I love EM. So I think that what they're saying is that Herbert's elite trait is the cannon of an arm that he has. And the reason why Larry says that he doesn't think he would be as successful is because Tua mentally, just by going up against Bill Belichick without a hip, without receivers, without an offensive line, the guy found a way to win the game, and Herbert couldn't move the ball down the field. What he's saying is if you take Herbert's main elite trait away, which is his arm strength, apart from his mobility, you take away both, because if you have a hip, you can't move as fast. And if you have a hip that's compromised, you're not going to be able to throw the way you need to, that he wouldn't be able to put up the same numbers because you're knocking off his elite traits. That's where I think he's going. And I think he might have a point. I don't know. Like you said, we don't know. But I don't think they were up here trying to knocked down Herbert to bring up Tua in this one
They
instance.
were indirectly. They were. But it's fine.
Every other time.
Let me hit the reset button and then let Miami football talk.
You know, that's unfortunate and ignorant, in my opinion, but it's whatever.
They were. They do it all the time. And I hop from platform to platform exposing these fools, and I'm gonna continue to do that. But go ahead, Steve.
This is Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show. Clap Blackers, where we keep it real, where EM keeps it real. He checks these people. Look, if you guys like the content right now, guys, tell them what they need to do if they like this content right now.
Subscribe and give Steven $50 for his birthday. Everybody in chat.
I did not say that, but I would not be mad.
Yeah, hit the like button, you fools.
Hit that like button. Share the content. Let's go. Yes. Also, want to remind everybody tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. For those combat sports people out there, Angel Ortiz is dropping his new show right here on Miami Sports Music Network called Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show. Make sure you guys check it out. We got some UFC fighters, bare knuckle boxing, Ultimate Fighter.
You covering everything, bro. You need to get you an NBA podcast on the platform.
Hey, that's the goal. That's the goal. I'm trying to get
up.
Everything.
You need to get a Spurs podcast, by the way.
No Spurs. No Spurs.
Spurs up, baby.
No Spurs podcast. Guys,
up,
if you guys like what you see here, please hit that like button. Check out this show tonight. Also, one last thing before I let Miami football talk left. I don't know where he went. Before we go on to the next thing, want to remind everybody this Friday is my birthday, and we're going to have a party. So I need everybody up here to throw a huge party. Make sure you guys come on through the birthday cake, the donations, anything you guys want to bring, just bring to the party. What does Larry say? BYOB? Bring your own beer. Bring it all. We're going to have a good time. It's going to be awesome. Logan 15 says, happy birthday. It's not $50 though. $5 works, man. I appreciate the love and support.
$50 a person. $50 a person.
$50 a person. God, man, you guys are bad.
I'm trying to help you out. Hey, look, I'm not benefiting me. I'm trying to help you.
Yeah, he's not benefiting him, but he could be like me, won't show up at $50.
I want people to come back, man. God. All right, I'm gonna bring in Larry and Pamela. They're back. What's up, you two?
Larry? Hey. Larry's here.
Hey, Larry. What's up?
Hey, what's up,
Pete, man?
I mean, Pete and Pamela. My bad.
Oh, okay.
See, I'm just Larry and Pamela. Never mind.
They just threw Larry off a cliff.
Man. So I just wanted to come on and say just a little bit about our panel and their passion, because I understand 100% having passion for Miami Dolphin football. I'm right there with you. But we are all on the same team and we don't necessarily agree, and that's okay. That's okay. We've all got our opinions. I think there's some fans that aren't really fans. They're just people that if we won a Super Bowl, they'd have a problem with the way we won it or whatever. But I don't think that's you guys. But just be kind and thoughtful to each other. I know you guys are all really good guys, and we love our Dolphins. And I love hearing your passion.
What she's saying is don't argue, you two, or Pamela's going to come up here and want some fun.
Pamela,
I'm gonna slap some people around.
Pamela, let me inform you. That was a good take by you, but let me inform you. There's a side of YouTube where if you don't have good takes, they blast you. So you know.
Oh my God!
Yeah. You're a part of that. You're a part of that as well.
There's that side of the dark side on the YouTube side.
You are a big part of that, sir.
You're considered a casual.
Okay, so you're saying if we're too calm, we're just gonna be a marshmallow.
No, I mean if you're too nice and you got always the good takes and you know you're just casual because
if you're all about spreading kindness, you get blasted.
Pete,
Okay. I'm not
bringing the
saying
dark side out.
When does Pete ever have good takes? When
Everything.
for
Look,
everybody in the comments.
EM, you want me to remind you something? Look, Larry had his reason time, right? So let me have my reason time real quick, right, Mister? I told you so.
Go ahead.
Hold on, listen. When I was on Larry's show a few months ago, when all this Xavien talk was going on about trading, right? Who was the first person that said maybe we should just turn around and just give them an incentive type of deal, and that's it? That was me. Nobody else said that. All I said was, let's only give them an incentive, and that's it.
Hey, hold up, Pete. Hold up.
But hold on, but that was a casual take. I had all of you guys attacking me on Larry's show. It was stupid. Wow.
I attacked you, Pete. I don't try to speak for nobody else, bro. Did I attack you? I didn't attack you because
I'm just saying.
Really, Larry?
My morning
but,
show.
listen,
Let me see. When did I learn the words like buffoonery and foolishness?
I don't attack anybody.
I never had those words in my vocabulary until
I don't attack anyone. I spread love and I try to spread as much love and kindness everywhere I go, bro. I don't do that. I don't engage that. But listen, Pete.
But if you use love and kindness as a stick, if your love and kindness is with a big stick,
what she's saying is,
guys out there who don't know us, we all love each other, okay? So we're just having a lot of good times.
Yeah, I'm gonna leave that with me too. Me too. I'm gonna leave that alone too.
Tell all you guys too, with the young kids and the not sleeping thing, grandparenting, it's the best.
Just rub it in, why don't you?
Yeah, I feel you.
I got a question for the panel. Oh man.
One thing, Pete. Nobody says that all your takes are bad. It's just when you sit there and tell me and EM that you would pay $16 million for Mike Gesicki, I have to stop for a second. It's not personal.
No,
he
that's
can't
fine.
block.
Listen, that's fine if you want. But I got a question. I got a question for the panel. I want everybody to add.
Go ahead.
My question is, which, and I'm gonna still add up, but which defense do you guys think is better, the Dolphins or the Bears defense? I'm gonna say Dolphins defense is better.
I would too.
I think so. The Dolphins defense have a plethora of things from secondary to linebacking to defensive front, all with potential, all with people that are Pro Bowl caliber, and some of them at certain positions could even be the best at their possession in the entire league. So I look at all this and I say, what do the Dolphins have to do to get better? And I don't know too much more that they can do on the defensive side to get better. I think they have everything there to be successful.
Organic pass rush. If it's one.
But even then, you bring up like Jalen Phillips.
If you want to nitpick.
Yeah, exactly. And so I look at that and I just think that I think this is the best Dolphins team defensive-wise that we've had in maybe 25 years. Easy.
So I'm glad. Listen, the reason why I asked that was because you guys are aware we're playing the Bears this week. We're going to be joint practices, and the defense is not as good as the Dolphins. So if Tua was
their offense isn't as good as the Dolphins either.
Guys, I got to reach into my inner EM. Okay. Hey, Roman Soldier, that's such buffoonery, such foolishness that I'm silent because Pam is on.
Harry, are you?
If Pam is on it, that gets me going, I'll get on her case too. Okay.
Damn, Larry.
Damn. Right.
Larry, don't pay question about the Dolphin defense.
Just to make you feel part of the family, stop with this foolishness.
The foolishness.
Go at Roman. I'm glad you're going at Roman.
I want to answer the question about the Dolphin defense. I want to answer that question. So,
but Pamela, I'm sorry to cut you off like that. The reason why I asked that question before guys started going crazy up here was because I honestly think, yes, the Dolphins defense is better than the Bears. So do you guys see Tua shredding the Bears, or is it, like our offense? That's my only concern here. I don't care about our defense. I feel confident. Our offense is what's that question.
That's part of my answer, though. The part of my answer is the thing that the Dolphins can do to make the defense better is to have a better offense, obviously. And I think that our offense is going to be that much better so our defense can get out there, get the 3 and outs, and get off the field. They can't hang out like they did last year because they'll tear
Big
down. We got
Time.
17 games.
Big Time. Listen, Big Time, you learned something, bro. I'm sorry, Pamela. Go ahead.
It's all right. That's all right. It just, 17 regular season games. We got to keep them healthy, and the way to keep the defense healthy is to get them in and off the field.
Yep. Now
Well,
let me go ahead and take off on Pamela. Now, look, last year our offense helped our defense. That's just a fact, right? What did our offense did not do? That's one of the top in the NFL. So we didn't have turnovers. Okay. So, except for Fitzpatrick, unfortunately, EM. And guys, I've been saying it for the last
we had
right?
turnovers. We had turnovers. Tua had turnovers, but I put that on the receiver.
We helped our defense. Yeah, we helped our defense. Now, Pamela's right, though. What other way that could help is by being a more effective offense, keeping the ball a little bit longer. Absolutely. Okay.
Pay attention, Big Time. Pay attention, bro. Go ahead, Larry.
By the way, for more than a couple of months, I've been espousing on my show about our defense, right? While all us Dolphin fans and our media has been hung up on this Tua and this offensive line, quietly, the Dolphins have been building a potentially an elite defense. Okay, I agree. We have the parts now, but like I said before, it's about the kids developing and the coaches coaching, right? How much of elite defense? Well, it depends on the Raekwon Davises, the Christian Wilkins, the Jalen Phillips. They step up. They have the talent. Nobody's questioning that now. They have the talent. But quietly, again, nobody recognizes it because we want to criticize. We want to talk about Tua's, but it's a shiny little object we can talk about. But the Dolphins have building a potentially elite defense. Thank you, Xavier, for staying with us because that's key to that reaching that stat.
Thank you, Lord.
Okay,
Man,
Pete. Okay, Pete. To answer your question, if Tua is going up against our defense, and we're a top 3 defense in the NFL with Xavien Howard, and he's moving the ball down the field, when you practice against an elite defense, everything else after that should be a cakewalk. So he's playing against us on a daily basis, Xavien Howard and Byron Jones, and then you're going to go up against the Bears. Now, what EM says is correct. They have more organic pass rush. We don't have a Khalil Mack. Potentially, hopefully, Jalen Phillips turns into Khalil Mack or something similar. We don't have that. As far as moving the ball down the field, I think Tua should be shredding the Bears defense, and you probably will see him shred the Bears defense up and down the field just because they're not used to Miami having the kind of speed that Miami has. We have an Olympic track team playing football, man. Okay? So
there's an easy 10 wide receivers. There's an easy 10 wide receivers in this locker room that will be on an NFL roster this season. I'm not saying the Dolphins, but they'll make an NFL roster.
I agree. Hey, do I have to raise my hand?
I can't see you in your hand.
We'll let you this one time. So raise your hand. We choose you.
Go ahead, Miami Football Talk. Hey, I said to say something like 10 minutes ago.
Hey, Big
Where
John,
did you go?
Good job, bro.
Go ahead, Miami Football Talk.
All right.
Salute,
listen. The only way teams are going to be able to play the Dolphins and have a chance at beating us is by playing man. If the teams are playing zone against the Dolphins with the amount of speed that we have and Tua's accuracy, we're going to eat them alive. That is
I
hear Tua's accuracy.
I think it's going to have to be teams are going to have to be multiple. They're not going to be able to play us one way. For
if you play man,
it is a wrap. It's a wrap. I think that's a recipe for disaster. It's going to take a complete effort on a defense to be able to really, I think, handcuff this offense.
But EM, look at the practice on what they were doing. They were playing a 2 safety high, and Tua was eating them alive with Waddle right down the middle.
Okay, but see who's you're not getting.
All game.
Wait.
Game.
Time out. Here's the thing you're not understanding and you're not realizing until the game starts. You have Jalen Waddle, okay, playing against the opposing team's 3rd best corner. That in itself is a mismatch. There's not a third corner in the league you're going to put on Jalen Waddle in man coverage that Jalen Waddle's not going to roast. It's going to
Guys,
be.
let me raise my hand here. Say hi. Look, I've come to the conclusion after watching Tua looking so good, and I'm not talking about. I always believed in his ability to make plays. I mean, physically looking good, moving around, making throws on the run. The old Tua accurate on the pit, which he didn't do last year. I'm of the belief the only one that could beat our offense is our offensive line. Okay. The only way to stop Jalen Waddle is to make sure Tua doesn't have a chance to make that pass to Waddle. So it's our offensive line. Our offense goes as far as our offensive line takes us.
You see, Larry,
I think like that. That's a good point, Larry. I was going to say that. I think it's going to be, it's going to take. First off, their approach is going to have to be multiple. You have to be man, mix in some zone. Probably some combinations of both coverages at times, and you're going to have. I think a heavy blitzing team is not going to be able to beat us. Well, I'll say this: I don't think a heavy blitzing team is going to be able to handcuff this offense for 4 quarters. I think you're going to have to be multiple, and I think generally, I think you're going to have a stout defensive line that can generate a consistent, organic pass rush, and it goes back to what you're saying, Larry, about the offensive line. If they can't block those, the opposing team's 4 guys, because I just don't see it. If you go, hang on, Pete.
With how fast Waddle is, if they blitz us, let's say Tua has 2 seconds. Within 2 seconds, Waddle will be 30 yards down the damn field.
You sound like all the Bengals fans when they drafted John Ross.
What?
That's what they John Ross is going to be down 70 yards in a second. Just throw him the ball. Speed doesn't mean you're going to be good in the NFL. I'm sorry to tell you guys that.
So you say Waddle's going to be John Ross? I want to get you on record.
Are you
saying?
I'm not saying.
Right.
Well.
So
right
Pete,
now, I don't have much confidence in Waddle being a star in this league.
So you're saying he's going to be the second coming of John Ross? That's what you're saying? I want you on record, Pete. I want you on record right now, Pete.
Y'all pay attention to EM. Listen to how he's trying hard
to
take up on me. Now he's saying it consistently. So
No.
I want to hear this because you made that comment. Miami football fan. All I said was speed doesn't mean you're going to be good at this league. That's all I said. I said you sounded like a Bengals fan with a John Ross take. That's what
I'm asking you, and all I'm saying is, all I asked you was, so you're saying he's going to be the second coming of John Ross. I want you on the record, Pete.
With Tua under helm, I do believe he's going to be a bust, EM.
Wait, come on.
My hands up.
No, you got me. I'm speaking it. I'm telling you what I honestly think. I don't think Waddle's going to be anything like you guys think is going to be like Tyreek Hill. And I honestly believe a lot of that is going to do not because of his game. It's going to do because of Tua limiting his own game.
Another terrible take.
My hands up here
Based on
real
what
quick.
we've seen last year, that's
another terrible take.
You know?
Pete,
my hands up.
And then you wonder why when you make a take, I have to just fall over. Look. John Ross, wait, just listen. John Ross wishes he had Jalen Waddle's lateral quickness. I've been telling this from day one. Me and EM have been telling everybody.
Absolutely.
If you think that Jalen Waddle is just a speed receiver, then you don't know how to watch Jalen Waddle get open. Because Jalen Waddle is one of the best press wide receivers to get off the line. Listen to me. He runs 4.27 forward and he runs 4.27 sideways. There's no way in hell that you're going to tell me that Jalen Waddle is going to bust, because no matter what quarterback is playing in the NFL, there's no way he can bust. Jalen Waddle can't bust. The only way Jalen Waddle can bust is if he breaks his leg and he doesn't play.
And
Can I throw something out real quick?
I don't want that to happen. I don't want no injuries.
That's a horrible take, Pete.
Can I throw something out real quick?
You can say it's horrible, but look, the guy's not even considered a starter on his own team, and he's worth 2 first-round draft picks. So I don't know how horrible it is. I just don't. So when my honest opinion,
You guys
I
are
just
all
wanted to get you on
here.
record. I just wanted to get you on record, bro.
You got it. You got it. Live and uncut, bro. Here on Miami Sports Music.
I hear you. I got you.
Let me ask a question, Pete.
On clock blockers.
Have you watched the practice from the Dolphins at all? Have you watched?
Are we gonna sit here and talk practice?
Okay,
We're talking about practice,
answer my
man.
question. Just
We're talking about the game.
This is why I went at Reason the other day when he went on his little rant, because he's over here acting like Tua went out and balled out against the defense when it's only practice.
Okay,
Dude, he
Pete,
did
I
though.
understand that. Just listen. Have you watched any other practices in Miami? It's a yes or no question.
What was that?
Have you watched any other practices in Miami? It's a yes or no question.
Like went to the or along with
he's watched the practices, but he doesn't put the same value into the practices that you do and I do. He thinks it's just practice.
Hold on.
Just food for thought.
Miami
food
football
for
talk.
thought.
Go ahead.
Listen, food for thought. When or what or how have you heard that Jalen Waddle has dropped a pass from Tua?
He did once. I heard.
One.
He's also dropped a punt. Miami football talk. But how is this helping
punt,
out your
even
case?
better? We don't want him punt returning anyways. Even better. I hope he
How does
dropped
that
the
help
help
your case? Miami, this is what I call horrible football takes when you want to sit here and say, what is practice?
Horrible football take was
On the next segment of horrible football takes.
I don't.
Can I say? I'm gonna say something real quick.
Pete, I love you. I just want you to know.
My IQ football is not very high compared to everybody up here. I know that, and I really try to learn. I really try to learn every day. But listen, Pete, I live in Cincinnati, unfortunately, and I get to watch all of the games. And Ross, to the eye test compared to Waddle just smokes him. There's no comparison there.
Hold on. There's no comparison. You want to know why there's no comparison?
I watched every. Listen, I watched every single. Listen, I watched every single game with Ross.
Listen, it doesn't matter. Listen. It doesn't matter what you watch or what anybody watched. The eye test clearly shows John Ross in college did way better than Jalen Waddle. And his film even clearly shows it. So in college, John Ross has way better highlights.
You're making my argument, though. You're making everybody's argument here. And the reason why you're making everybody's argument is because not every player transcends to the NFL level. And John Ross did not transcend.
Bro, nobody was faster than John Ross. This guy said John Ross runs loud.
Hold on. Time out.
Can I speak?
Go ahead, Larry. Go ahead.
I'm gonna be right back in 2 minutes.
Pete,
Larry,
you know
go
what?
ahead, Larry.
I take for fact that he had a better career yardage. Oh, he left.
Did Pete just jump off?
You know why? Because he knew I was going to get on his case big time. And the question was simply this: I could see that he had more yardage. Pete, why did he have more yardage than Jalen Waddle? Simple question: why did he have more yardage?
Do you want the simple answer? Because Jalen Waddle was on a team full of five-star receivers.
Exactly.
Now.
Exactly.
Wait. I don't understand. Dude, I'm at a loss for words. I never am at a loss for words. The words Jalen Waddle and Bust. The words Jalen Waddle and Bust to me are just talk about buffoonery. Okay, listen. Jalen Waddle is the only player in NCAA history to average over 40 yards a touchdown, okay? He doesn't have to get 4. He will knock you out with 1. He doesn't catch the ball 15 times.
Okay. Guys,
oh my God.
I think all this time I've known Pete, I
can't even heard that.
That might be the worst. The worst.
I don't know. I think I got a few more than that, but yeah. Look, guys, for you guys that don't understand what kind of speed this gentleman has, go look at some of his tapes where he's making cuts. And I know it's not physically possible, but sometimes I think he comes out of his cuts faster than he goes into them.
Absolutely.
That's unreal. There's haven't been many players at that kind of skill.
To put it in terms that everybody can understand, okay? To put it in terms that everybody can understand.
Hold on. I'll put it in terms.
A Lamborghini against everybody else is Honda Civic.
I'll put it like this. I'll put it in terms you can understand. Jalen Waddle, when he's at the line of scrimmage, makes every cornerback shit bricks because he doesn't need to create separation. You're giving him 7 yards before the ball is snapped, and he still eats up the cushion and blows by you. There was a top 3 corner in this draft who plays for Georgia. I forgot his name. Jalen Waddle took his lunch money. He took him to school.
Facts.
Okay? I don't understand what Pete's looking at. Whatever Pete's smoking, please lend me some. Help me out. Hook me up. It's legal in Florida. But oh my God, I can't believe I heard that. I can't.
That's got to be the worst.
That's the worst thing I've ever heard of somebody talking about in the NFL.
You know what, Larry, Steven, Reason, if you listen, TD, anybody with a platform, Pete should be banned for that comment. He should.
No.
I'm
not going that far.
I mean, bro, he should be absolutely banned.
I love you.
He
Even
should
if I
be
don't agree
banned
with your
from these
outlandish
platforms, bro.
statements, I'm going to defend Pete. Pete needs some help defending him.
Oh, man.
Y'all leave Pete alone.
Come on, man.
Pete alone.
How can you defend a John Ross Jalen Waddle take?
I mean, I can't, but I got you.
No, you can't defend that.
Come on, Pete.
Are you for real?
Pete, you need to get back up here and redeem yourself, bro. Come with something. I mean, try to redeem yourself in some way, bro. Because you can't end. You cannot let everybody
Pete,
go to sleep
you are
tonight.
always welcome on this channel, and I will always give you a platform.
You cannot let us go to sleep tonight with that take on our minds. You can't do that.
Listen, as a matter of fact,
Miami Football Talk and Miami Football Talk channel will still allow you to come onto my channel whenever you feel like it. Don't take that the wrong way.
Go check out Miami Football
But
Talk.
that right there was absolute nonsense, bro. Like buffoonery.
This is how crazy that take was. Okay, let me give you some context. The most important player
Damn,
on
anyone
Miami.
who's on Pete's side will also burn in hell.
No,
That's
this is
just
Jonathan
me.
316.
No, come on,
That's just
John.
me. Hey, Pete's back. What's up, Pete? What's up, Pete?
What's up? I'm back.
Hey, hold on,
I
guys,
had to
hold on. I have to, Pete, before you go on. Listen, I gotta go. It's my tea time's coming up.
Damn,
Thank
Larry.
you for having me, Stephen K.
Damn, Larry.
My next show will be 1 p.m. tomorrow.
Hey, love you, Larry. Love you, Larry.
Love you all,
Larry, you
guys.
said you're going live.
I'll deal with you at a later date. I'll catch you some other time, Larry. Don't worry. I'll get you.
Oh, you never catch
Don't
me.
lose too many balls, Larry.
Have a good day, Larry. Have a good day, bro.
Hey, Larry, I hope you have a blessed day, brother.
In my
Hope you have a blessed
Bible
day,
studies,
Larry.
I learned how to say fuck and shit. But from you,
Hey,
I know how
man,
to
come
say
on. No, none of that on my foolishness. Get off my channel with that.
Have a good day, Larry. Have a good day, man.
Okay.
I'm trying to make this a family-friendly place, so y'all can't be saying that crap. Come on.
Yeah,
man.
man.
Redeem yourself, Pete. Redeem yourself, please.
To what I was saying. The fact that the comment was made, he wants to see it that way. That's fine. We all know Jalen Waddle was surrounded by 4 other superstars while he was at Alabama, and he wasn't the main focus of the offense. Okay, so we'll just put that in context right there. Now, Jalen Waddle is the most important player on Miami's offense this season because he's going to create the running lane from the slot position for the running backs to be able to move in the RPO because you can't cover him. You got to double team him. You have to play cover 2. I've never seen anybody have to play cover 2 for Cincinnati because John Ross is on the field. Okay? I'm saying that. Jalen Waddle averaged over 40 yards a touchdown. That's the highest number in college football history, Pete. It's insane what you just said, dude.
You know what else
is
insane? You know what else is insane, Big John? The fact that those were some of the same kind of talk that you guys were doing when Tua was coming out. This is Tua. He's the most accurate in college history. He breaks every record in college history. He is. You guys don't know what you're talking about. Questioning his game.
blah,
How?
blah, blah.
How?
And
Tell
I
me. Tell me
keep
how.
being
Tell me
ahead of
how.
all of you guys when it comes to
How
these
are you ahead of me when
evaluations
Tua
on
was
my
injured?
team, bro.
How are you ahead of me when Tua was injured? Pete, the first time you're going to be able to see what Tua can do if Tua shits the bed
Look,
this season.
listen. If Tua was injured, and if you guys want to believe Nick Hicks because he's his trainer, and you guys want to believe reason, you guys can believe whatever you guys want
I
to
don't
believe.
have to believe
But at the
reason. I
end of
don't
the
have to
day,
believe Nick Hicks.
this
I
guy's
have
a
two eyeballs.
$34 million rookie that they
Okay.
invested. He's the top jersey selling quarterback. You think
Okay,
the
for a
owner
reason.
and the coaches
For
and
a
GMs
reason.
that invested all their money and their draft pick, number one pick, are going to put a player at risk and a player that has a broken hip that was almost career threatening? You're going to tell me that they're going to play this guy at 60%?
Let me answer that. Let me answer. Nobody answered. Let me
Stop
answer him.
believing what YouTubers are saying, bro.
Okay.
That's all I'm
Now
saying.
stop. Now stop. First of all, I don't believe in YouTubers because before you met me, I was saying the same thing and I didn't have a platform to say it on. That's one. Second of all,
Wait, Big John,
okay.
you don't believe me, bro? You don't believe in
Listen.
my stuff?
No, I didn't even know you had a channel, bro. I didn't know. I wasn't on YouTube. So listen. First of all, okay. First of all, I don't need to believe reason or what anybody's selling me. I've watched Tua. I know how to watch tape. I can see when someone is compromised and when you can't throw the ball the way you're used to throwing it because you have to take a second, third, and fourth second to gather energy to get the ball down the field. Okay, I've seen Tua destroy every defense in college football, all of them, okay, and have Alabama change their entire philosophy of football to go from a running team to go to a passing scheme that they never used for the last 30 years. Okay? That's one. Two, he is the most accurate quarterback in college football history. He has the best touchdown to interception ratio in the history, which goes about 100 years in college football. Those aren't made up stats. Those are facts. Now, we'll see if Tua shits the bed this season. I'll be the first one to go to your door, knock on it, and give you $200 because I have it to spend. But till then, I'm not going to go against what I see.
You got $200 to spend. My birthday's on Friday, Big John. I'm just letting
you
know.
know.
Wait a minute. Mine is Wednesday.
My birthday's on that. We have a lot of birthdays this month because my birthday's on the 18th.
Yeah, bro. My birthday's the 11th, bro.
My birthday is
Now I have a question. Now wait. I'm listening to your take. Now, when Tua goes out and does exactly what I've been saying from the beginning, because I don't need reason. I love EM. I don't need EM. I have two eyeballs, bro. I see the game of football different from everybody else here, and I was explaining it to EM yesterday. When Tua goes out and balls, I just want to hear you say, you know what? You were right. I don't want to hear anything else. I don't want you to give me a reason. I don't care if he has weapons, doesn't have weapons.
No, but the thing is,
no. There is no thing.
Listen.
No, there is no thing, bro.
No, there is a thing. There is a thing, and let me tell you what that thing is, Big John.
What is
you
it?
guys that are sitting here saying Tua this, Tua is that, this and that, you're only going by what you've seen in college. I had all my questions of his quarterback play. I brought them all through all the streams. I told all of you guys.
But how can you?
When was that? When was that?
All of you guys that are sitting here saying, I can't wait. Come on, Ian. Don't change the subject and let me finish. All of you guys that are sitting here saying, I can't wait until Proves does this and Proves does that to shut you guys up. You guys are the ones that are shut up right now because you guys are the ones hoping and praying.
Pete,
I'm not praying for anything. I'm not hoping. I'm not praying. I'm telling you.
Let him get it off. Let him get it off. Let him get it off. Let him get it off.
Hold on.
Let him get it off his chest, bro. Let him get it off his chest. Let it go.
You cannot evaluate a quarterback.
Pete, why did you get off?
I don't know. Maybe he's next to the Waffle House.
So you know, I didn't.
The Wi-Fi went. I don't know.
Pete,
maybe got a phone call or something.
Let him get it off. Let him get it off. I want to hear everything, bro.
You cannot evaluate a quarterback at 60% who had a hip injury that I have a friend who had, and you either lose your leg or you cannot walk. Before the year was over, this guy was running and throwing footballs. That is superhuman. He has his own version of metahuman because it doesn't happen. So the fact that he was able to go 6-3 without being able to be even healthy, being terrified, we're gonna see this year how good Joe Burrow is off a knee injury. The guy is taking a shit every time he drops back.
All right,
and he can't complete a pass.
Pete's back.
I'm ignoring every phone call today. I don't even want to make money no more. This show is popping right now.
Hey, if it's a cute stripper, you better take it. I'm gonna get mad at you.
Get it off, Pete. Get it off your chest, Pete. Get it off your chest, bro.
Pete, say it with your chest. Pete, the floor is yours.
Well, where are we at with it? Because the last phone call kind of triggered me off. Finish what you were saying.
Two things. Number one, I love you. I just want that to be known. Okay.
I love all of us, bro. I love all of us.
I love Pete. It's just something.
Number two, Pete, you are taking the heat today, bro. Like you are taking the heat today.
He's used to it. He's used to it.
Let me ask you a question, Pete. You're sitting there telling me, okay, the thing is, you guys are going about what you saw in college. What we saw in college, for the most part, Pete, was Tua at 100%. Before you answer, what we saw in Tua was a player who changed the dynamic of college football for a university that had been playing football a certain way for like the last 30 years. Okay, all the numbers he put up aren't a product of the receivers, Pete. You want to know who's a product of the receivers, Pete, and got an NFL job and he sucked? Jalen Hurts is a product of the receivers, Pete. Jalen Hurts couldn't hit the beach if he was in front of it. Go back and look at the comparisons. Go look at Alabama games.
That's pretty bad.
He was overthrown. No, Steven, I swear to God. Steven, in the championship game, when Tua came in to substitute for Jalen Hurts had 21 yards total passing. The guy has never been a passing quarterback.
Big John, we know this. We know the story. We know the debacle. We know who the best one.
Let Pete go. Let Pete go.
But I wasn't done. Go ahead, Pete.
He wasn't done. Let him finish because I don't worry. I got it loaded for you, Big John.
Okay, tell me exactly how you are supposed to, under what metric, under what format are you going to evaluate a player who everybody says is great, but he comes and almost loses his leg? I do not think. Let me explain to you something that people aren't really paying attention to. You said, do I think the Miami Dolphins will put Tua out there at less than 100%? I'm going to tell you, normally the answer would be no. In this instance, the answer is yes, but not because of Tua. Remember, we were going through a pandemic. Tua equals jersey sales. Jersey sales equal money. We didn't have money last year. Okay? So we don't know what Mr. Ross's finances are outside of the Dolphins, but I guarantee you he was trying to make money and get the fan base motivated. The only way to do that is to take out your shiny new toy and put him on the field.
I'm sorry to tell you, Big John, this is where I got to stop you when all this injury stuff happens, because I'll let everything else slide. But this injury one is the one I take personal. And if anything, you could go back and actually sit here and go back to college and you could say he did all of those he has the best college stats and career of college football. And you could probably say he was never 100% healthy. Didn't he get hurt every year, had surgery every year, broke down every year, never finished the full year? So
it's not wait, come on. I'm gonna answer you. Hold on. It's not the same thing to have tightrope. Wait.
It's not the same thing, but at some point it is the same thing at health.
No, it isn't.
Right?
No, it isn't. It's not the same thing to have tightrope surgery on your ankles as it is to have your femur, which is the biggest bone in the body, blow through your hip, cut an artery, and almost lose your leg. It is nowhere near the same thing, Pete. Not even close.
Listen. Shout out to my boy Jonathan. You know, he broke his femur bone in playing football with us. But, man, listen.
You got to stop tackling your friends so hard.
Jonathan. I don't know who Jonathan is.
Tua in college, my main concern, and this kind of adds to where EM, what were the concerns? if the Dolphins were to be able to play with a 2-score league in the NFL at all games early on, like Tua was in Alabama, they would score on the first 2 possessions and have teams unbalanced the rest of the way. That's really where you got all Tua's big plays, is when Alabama was up 35-10.
That's not true, Pete. Pete, you know why that's not true? Pete,
That's
Pete,
when
hold
you
on.
got his big explosive plays when they always had him outbalanced.
Pete, that's not true. Pete,
I
that's
called
not
it
true
out,
because
and you guys don't like to see that. Go look at his highlights and go look at all his
Hold on,
big
Big
plays
John.
and
Let
go
him
look at the
listen,
score,
Linda,
and they're on
Cupcake.
35-10.
John, let him
listen.
finish. Let him get it out. Let him
Let him
get it
get
out.
him out, Big John, let him talk. Let him talk, Big John.
Oh my God.
No, they don't want me to talk. Go ahead, Big John.
Pete, go ahead.
No, Pete, the floor is yours.
Pete, go ahead. Pete, go ahead. Pete, go ahead. I'm locked and loaded. Go ahead, Pete. Go.
So
Go.
the main issue is the injury narrative, right? That you like in the NFL. He said he's a top jersey seller. He said all of this, and I've consistently been telling you guys. Imagine putting the top selling quarterback at 60%. Think about this. Think of this. Will you put your kid? Think about your son at this point. Your son is the most popular player in school. He's out there. Everybody loves him. But he's only at 60% health. And you're going to put him out there? Think
Now, time
about
out.
that.
Now
That
wait,
is
now
the
wait, now wait.
biggest BS story I've
Now
ever
wait,
heard.
no, it's a
Matter
BS.
of
It's a
fact,
BS.
That is so BS
Hold on.
that not even
Hold on.
the
Let me answer you.
network media. You don't even have
answer
TV.
you.
You don't have CBS. None of them are sitting here saying that. It's only the YouTube fan chat boys, bro.
Listen,
all the time.
Listen to me, Pete. Listen to me, Pete. First of
He
all,
ain't gonna be able to recover from this one, bro. Pete, you are killing yourself, bro.
First of all,
I'm telling you ain't gonna be able to recover from this one.
Okay, Pete. First of all, that what you're saying about Tua, all his big plays coming, that's not true, Pete.
That's not
because
true?
Tua sat out every fourth quarter, Pete.
Hey,
He didn't play.
Steven, I'm gonna donate you $10 right now, bro. Can you play Tua Tagovailoa's highlights in college? Just play the highlight.
I don't want to get kicked off.
Just play any highlight, and I guarantee you, almost every touchdown
wanna get
on
kicked
that
off.
video, there's touchdowns are gonna be. The score's gonna be 28-7, 35-10. Go ahead, bro. You'll see it. You don't even have to play it. I'm still gonna donate.
Just think about this. One of the best throws he threw in college was in the championship game, last play of the game, where he came in clutch and threw that touchdown. What are you talking about?
Bro,
Pete just committed YouTube suicide, bro.
In college, they schemed that game, and they were scheming against Jalen Hurts.
Leave my man Peter.
You killed yourself, Pete. You killed yourself.
The defense schemed for Jalen Hurts. They were prepared for Jalen Hurts.
Pete, that's not true.
Rookie. They didn't know what to expect, and he came back. That's it. It was a one-hit wonder. What did he win after that, football fan? What did he win after that? Thank you.
Pete, Kirby Smart knew that Tua was on the team. Everybody told Kirby Smart before. In case you didn't know, I have insiders too, Pete.
Cap for
that
life
people
says
don't
Pete
know.
is a national treasure, bro. The man is immortal, EM.
Okay, now, yeah, fantastic. Yeah, he's a national treasure.
Okay.
Now listen, Pete. Pete, I have inside information from different people because I have my own insiders that nobody knows about. It's like nobody knew me on this platform. Kirby Smart, the coach for Georgia, knew who Tua Tagovailoa was. He knew what Tua Tagovailoa was going to do, and he knew that the only way Alabama was going to beat Georgia was to put in Tua Tagovailoa. So that narrative that people think that Tua just came out of nowhere and everybody flipped out, no, they knew he was coming. They just couldn't stop him, Pete. Now, I'm going to answer. Wait. I'm going to say two things real quick. I'm going to say two more. Hold on. I'm going to say two things.
In college, you can clearly see they were playing to stop Josh Jacobs. They were playing to stop the run. They were up 30 points. Come on, bro.
Okay, Pete.
You're bullying the team. It was like what year was that? The 2007 Patriots when they were just running up the score on everybody.
All right, time out, you two both. Time out for a second.
He hasn't let me answer.
Give me a minute. Give me a minute. You're watching Miami Sports Music's podcast network, #1 morning show.
I'm sorry, babe. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to get mad. Pete's blowing my mind right now. My girl's looking at me.
I'm putting Big John on mute for a minute. Okay. Make sure you hit that like button if you haven't done so already. Share everything. I want to bring somebody into from the back room here who's going to have, I don't know if he's frozen or not now, though. All right, let me bring you in. What's up, Angel?
Hey, what's up, everybody?
For those of you who don't know, Angel Ortiz is the new host of the #1 MMA combat sports show. I'm talking about Fire and Ice Combat Sports, premiering tonight, starting at 7:30. We're going to have a couple of UFC fighters on, a former Ultimate Fighter champion, bare knuckle, Lion Fights promotion. It's going to be a big deal. Angel, man, are you excited for tonight?
Ortiz. I heard he's going to have a Miami Dolphins fan chat club, fight club.
The first rule of Fight Club, Pete, is we don't talk about Fight Club.
Coño, mira, y'all need to stop with the whole interrupting people because I can't understand half y'all wilding this morning. Everybody hyped up. I'm glad. I like it. I hope y'all are hyped up like that for my show.
Oh, Angel done left us.
I'm gonna watch his show and get hype on his show.
Angel, man, tell people what they need to do tonight.
Yeah, man, tune in, man. It's going to be a great show. We got some great people on the card. And on the show, of course, I said card. That's the official one. But, yeah, we got a great lineup for you guys. We got, current top featherweight fighter, Miranda Maverick. We got top bantamweight fighter, Sadiq Youssef from the UFC. We got a bunch of great guys on the card. We got Reddy Barnett, who's the #1 contender, getting ready to fight for the BKFC title. And so on and so forth.
All right, Angel.
Is anybody here?
Well, we can hear you. We'll see you tonight, big guy.
Loud and clear.
All right, y'all. I'll see y'all tonight.
Peace out, Angel.
Shout out to Angel.
Shout out to Angel Ortiz. Please make sure you go check out the show tonight, guys. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, U.S. Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to be there co-hosting with them for that first show.
Oh, he was the MMA fighter, right?
Yep, he former MMA fighter. He also is a current referee. Angel, what else do you have on your list since you're still in the back room?
Oh, man, I've been involved in combat sports for 20 plus years, man. I've been around the pro boxing scene, pro Muay Thai scene, the pro MMA scene. I've been around it, done it all, promoted it all, had all kinds of fun doing it. So yeah, man, just tune in tonight. It's gonna be a great show. I look forward to having everybody else, seeing all you guys on the show, and you'll have a chance to interact with all the fighters and so on. And yeah, I'm really excited for tonight's show, and I'm also excited that X is back with the team, babe. Let's go.
Well, he was never gone, but yeah, he got that.
Yeah, you know what I meant. Yeah.
Hey, Angel, I got a question for you, bud.
Yeah, what's up, brother?
What did you think about the fight, Lewis and Gain?
You got to tune in tonight. You got to tune in tonight.
Well,
Tune in tonight.
short and sweet. Short and sweet.
Short and sweet, man. I was pulling for Lewis, even though I knew Gain was probably going to win. But hey, man, it is what it is. Gain, I mean, he world class. He's probably going to end up beating his teammate Ngannou if they ever fight. So yeah, there's no heavyweight that move like that dude, man.
Yeah, he looked good. He looked good. He made Lewis look like a chump. I'm sorry, but yeah, he looked good.
I think he broke Lewis's will in the first round, man. Yeah, tonight we'll discuss it.
Yeah.
All right. Love you, Angel. Be good, bro.
No, don't kick him out. I got a question.
Go ahead.
Oh, he's still there?
Yeah, he's still there.
Like when you were fighting, I don't know if you still fight. I'm just saying, when you were fighting, who were some of the fighters that you looked at and you were looking at, like the type of fighters, maybe a brawler, a dropper, or a submission? You know how it is. There's different types. Who were some of those type of fighters that you looked at and you were like, okay, this is probably going to be a cakewalk?
Well, you never really take any fighter as a fighter. You never look past any fighter.
Agree.
Because everybody's got a puncher's chance, man. At the end of the day, if you get caught, you get caught. It doesn't matter if the guy. I've seen guys with terrible ground games catch legit guys with good ground games with submission that they pulled out of their ass. So I mean, you can never look past the fighter, man. I mean, that was just me. I never did that. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, just so everybody knows, Angel's show will be parental guidance, a parental advisory. So he will be very raw and uncut.
Fantastic. I'm going to ask you a question, Angel. Was there ever a time that you had to use your 25 years of martial arts experience to kick somebody's ass across the block?
Angel.
I think that one he'll leave off camera.
Angel
That's one you're gonna have to ask.
All right, I took Angel off. Angel, we'll talk to you tonight, brother.
I just wanted the truth, man. Come on.
Hey, you gotta invite him to
I
Hooters
can't
or
say
something now,
nothing.
Big John. You don't
What
get
do you
that
want?
answer in person.
Hey, guys, I want to remind you, we're going to stay on here just a little bit longer, but I do want to send everybody over at noon to 5 Reasons Sports Network on YouTube. 5 Reasons Sports Network on YouTube. Alex Dunno will be doing his noon show called Dunno Live, or Dunno Daily, excuse me, and I will be on there at 12:15 as a guest. So make sure you guys check that out.
It's a good show, guys. It's a good show.
Yeah, so I'll be on as a guest at 12:15 on his show at Dunno Daily. All right. Everybody was killing Pete. I'm going to let Logan 15 come in. Logan, what's up, brother?
Killing me. Remember, and it's not because of this offense. My concerns are on these offensive players, and you guys say you're killing Pete because he has concerns on offense. We'll see. The season is upon us, baby.
You off of your comment of Waddle.
It is what it is.
Logan, what's up?
What's going on, man?
What's going on, man? The floor is yours. What do you want to say, my man? Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
Please, Logan, don't say Waddle's a bust.
Oh my God.
Go ahead,
no.
Logan.
That was the worst take I've ever heard in my life. Anyways, yeah, I was just gonna comment on the 60% thing. So, like, I watched the Nick Hicks interview with Reason, and then I watched him with Tobin. Like, he's been going around promoting his business and saying, 60%. But like, that's the reason why I trust him, is because he's the guy who's working with Tua. Like, he has no reason to lie, because if he lies, that only hurts himself and his business. So this guy's a trainer. He's just putting out a number,
Logan,
right? Like,
Logan, one second, Logan. He never said that was a fact either. So let's get that correct out in the air.
I'm going
that
there if you let me finish. Hey, let me finish.
Are you aware that that's...
Let him finish. Let him finish.
Let me finish. All right, so what I'm saying is that's just a number that he threw out there. That's his opinion, right? But he's comparing it to, like, when he first started working with Tua to where he's at now. So then he puts his opinion of 60%. Now, it could be whatever number you want, but that's how he feels it is.
That's his opinion, and I disagree with it.
Yeah, but I trust his opinion because he has no reason to lie.
No shocker there.
Like, he has no reason. He has no reason to lie because he's putting himself out there, and we can already see in practice.
It's not about lying, Logan. It's just about his opinion doesn't make sense to me at all.
But
maybe at the time
we can see the results.
Listen,
like, this guy is throwing 65-yard bombs. He can't throw 65-yard bombs if his hip is weak, because you have to use all that lower body to get that.
You see, all of you guys have, like, it's not hard to throw up a ball in the air and let it travel 65 yards. Tua's doing that. He did it in the game, right? Tua's arm strength and concerns is when the windows get tight in the red zone, in the goal line. When
He had the highest completion percentage in tight throws.
In tight windows, exactly.
No, he didn't. Hold on, Logan. Don't spread that. Don't spread that lie.
And he had the tightest window throw.
In a certain amount of plays. A certain amount of plays on this and on that and on this, and then they finally found something good that fit his stat. So they put it out.
I gotta check you. P, I gotta check you for your Jalen Waddle.
Go ahead, Irving. Go ahead.
I gotta check you for your Jalen Waddle analysis, bro. I couldn't. I've never heard that bad of a take on Jalen Waddle, bro.
Check engine light on.
Pete, let Irving go.
Pete, this is a guy. Okay, he scored 17 touchdowns in his college career. You know how much he averaged for each touchdown? Over 44 yards.
Thank you.
Per touchdown.
Thank you.
His career average per reception is 18 yards 18.1 yards per reception. That's more than Jerry Jeudy. That's more than Henry Ruggs, and that's more than Devontae Smith. Okay, this kid, when Tua threw to him, okay, he averaged a 74% completion percentage, 137 QBR, and 16.1 yards per reception. Okay,
facts.
This guy was about to be the eventual Heisman Trophy winner.
Yep.
If Devontae Smith doesn't get hurt, okay, he had over 560 yards receiving. If he doesn't get hurt, he had 567 yards receiving, 4 touchdowns, and averaged 22 yards per reception. That is crazy, bro. How can you sit there and say Jalen Waddle is a John Ross? This guy can run. Is an excellent route runner. He was the best separator in the draft. Okay, and he's an angle destroyer, bro.
Bro, if you look at how everybody's board on what receiver they wanted, Waddle was number 1 on the board.
Except for Pete. Pete wanted Chase. I wanted Waddle. I'm not making fun of him. He wanted Chase. Everybody has their opinion, and that's fine. But this whole narrative that Tua only threw touchdowns because they were up by 20 points is insane when Tua sat more than 80% of the fourth quarters in his college career. If Tua would have played the entire game, Tua would have had 130 touchdowns.
You're done, Pete. You have just committed YouTube suicide, bro. You are done.
It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense to me. Look, there's a play that Tua had last year against Kansas City when Jakeem Grant dropped the bomb against KC, right? He moves back in the pocket. They come around. He steps up. But you can see that ball he threw was all arm. There was no legs or lower body into that throw. Yep. That's the only reason why the ball didn't get ahead of Jakeem Grant for Jakeem Grant to score. You can tell by the way his mechanics are. If you watch his mechanics from college to the NFL, his mechanics are different. It's got nothing to do with reason. It's got nothing to do with EM. It's got to do with Tua and the way Tua felt. Okay? So there's no way in hell he's going to be 100%. Pete, I'm going to tell you something that nobody knows, but I'm going to tell it to you live for everybody to hear. I've had over 20 surgeries in my lifetime. I know what it takes to rehab to just be able to walk, much less know what it takes to rehab to be able to play football at a professional level. I'm telling you now from personal experience, and we're not talking about broken bones. There is no way that man was 100% last year. I'm telling you now. You'll see this year. And when you see it, if he doesn't do it, I'll be the first one to give you kudos. If he does do it, I want to see him say something.
You might as well take your channel down, Pete. You have just committed suicide.
Pete's on here.
You're done, bro. You're done. Pack it in. Pack it in.
I'm back. So everybody knows I love Pete.
No. And then what gets me is when he's talking about Tua throwing 65 yards. How many people can throw 65 yards? A football 65. Nonetheless, how many people can throw a freaking baseball 65 yards?
I can throw 65 yards off a trampoline
right now
for a slingshot.
65 yards, bro. There's high school quarterbacks that I've seen throw 65 yards without a problem, bro.
Okay, but at the end of the day, Pete, throwing 65 yards is how many passes in the NFL on a daily basis go 65 yards? You don't need to throw 65 yards.
Exactly.
You don't need to throw 65 yards, Pete. That's not an every down play.
This is the difference. I'm not saying he can't throw it. I said he could. Y'all seen it in the Bengals game, and I even said it at 60%, right? He threw the deep ball. But that's not where his question marks are with his arm strength. There was times last season, and I'm going to bring it up, and you guys don't have to believe it.
Go ahead. I'm listening to you. I'm listening to you.
Even on a bubble screen, the ball took forever to get to the receiver. That's the arm strength. In the red zone, when the defense gets tight, we didn't get to see Tua much in the red zone because it was a lot of punts. And in goal line,
but he had no legs.
But when we did,
Pete, hold on. Pete, hold on. You're wrong. You're wrong. There's no quarterbacks that throw 65 yards in high school. That's insane. I never seen that before.
Yeah, me either.
What are you talking about, bro? The quarterback I
take a video
that made it to the NFL was throwing almost 70 yards, bro, on one knee, bro.
Go get that film. Go get that film.
Exactly.
Go get that tape.
Exactly.
I would love to see that. I would love to see that.
Thaddeus Lewis was throwing football fields in high school, bro. If anybody knows that guy was throwing the whole football field. And then the quarterback that went in after him, Sam, he was throwing 70 yards on one.
You got the tape. You got the tape.
Okay, very few quarterbacks. Very few quarterbacks in the NFL were throwing over 70 yards. Very few
70
quarterbacks
yards
in history.
Did he throw that ball 65 yards in between two?
You got the tape, Pete?
And hit it on
Go get that film, bro.
Look, Pete, I'm not disputing. Pete, I've seen players, I've seen NFL players, and I've seen high school players throw 70 yards because I've seen it, so I understand where you're coming from. I unfortunately don't have the film, but I'm telling you something. Tua's issue last year, if you're going to sit there and say they were tight window throws, it's insane because against the Cardinals, he threw the ball right by the ear hole of Patrick Peterson. He threw a ball to he threw a pass to Devontae Parker between 3 Cincinnati Bengals. Tight window throws weren't the issue. His issue was pushing the ball down the field. Okay? Now, you can't throw the ball down the field when you don't feel comfortable that you can step into your throw. Now, let's do something. Let's be logical here. He's left-handed. He throws a football left-handed. He's naturally right-handed. But if you throw a football left-handed, Pete, your plant leg is your right leg. And that's the one he destroyed. So if you can't step into it, Pete, it's not going to come out with velocity the way it should. Like I told you earlier. We'll see this year.
But if he was a baseball pitcher, he wouldn't even make it because he has no strength to throw that fastball.
I agree. But I'm telling you right now, Tua was compromised.
Todd, welcome to the channel. What's up, Todd?
What's going on? Hey, I've had surgery.
Todd, what's going on, man?
Todd, what's going
Hey,
on,
what's
buddy?
up here? I've had surgeries on my neck. I've had surgeries on my lower body. I still can't run, okay? This man was out there running last year, which was impressive enough with the way he was hurt. Number one. And number two, what has impressed me the most about his passing this preseason is his intermediate passes, the 15 yards. He has zip on it. He is getting it to the receivers quickly. That he couldn't do last year because of his hips.
It's all in the hips. It's all in the hips. I agree, Todd. Look, real quick, I'm going to hit the reset button here. Guys, Miami Sports Music's #1 morning show, Clock Blockers. Please hit that like button if you haven't done so already. If you guys want to donate to the channel, help the channel grow, please donate. It goes to helping this podcast network grow. A lot of things we want to do, and the money goes right back into the channel and it helps. So please donate. It's a big deal. I want to remind everybody at 12:15 today, 5 Reasons Sports Network. Go there. I'm going to be on as a guest talking about the Dolphins with Alex Dunno on Dunno Daily. And then obviously for the rest of this week, we have a lot going on, and that includes tonight's show, Combat Sports Show, Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show. Tomorrow night, my Spanish-speaking Dolphin. Where are my Spanish-speaking Dolphin fans on the panel right now? Say hello in Spanish.
Hola.
Aquí estoy. ¿Cómo
Buenos
estás?
días. Pete está loco, para que sepan.
Los Miami Dolphins van a ser los mejores.
Guys, check out tomorrow night's
Pero está
show
loco, bro.
with Paris, Chochos, and Armand. Hellfins podcast. It's a Spanish-speaking Dolphins podcast. And then obviously the rest of the week, we're going to be talking about the inter-squad practices or inter-team practices with the Chicago Bears. And then on Friday, guys, what's Friday?
Game day.
Spread kindness, baby.
Spread love and kindness. Share love. All that.
It's my birthday.
Friday is give Steven $50 per
did not
donation
say
day.
that.
No, but I'm trying to help you out, man.
Yeah, it's definitely
$50 per donation.
Guys,
Hey,
It's gonna go right back. It's gonna go right back into Steven's pocket.
No, that is not how it is.
Hey, Steven, I want to say something after you're done.
You're funding his steak dinner.
There you go.
No, I'm not. Come
There you
on,
go.
guys. Don't do me like that.
All day.
Oh, man.
Hey, listen.
Donations as is.
Hold
Don't
on.
do me like that, guys.
Hold on, listen. Yesterday, Dudley was online, and in like 14 seconds, they gave him like $300, and he was flipping out. So you should just, if they give you money, $50, man, per person, take it.
I
Don't
would
even
love for
complain.
somebody to do that. Hey, look. He's also got 25. Congratulations to Doug hitting
Yeah, he got 25
25,000
yesterday.
subscribers.
Yeah, he
That's
did.
a big deal. Big shout
Hey,
out.
shout out to Doug.
He pulled it off yesterday.
I think we're only at like 7,200, something like that right now. So we're trying to get there.
Don't feel bad. Pete just got you 3,000 in the next 3 weeks with his takes.
Hey, EM.
EM Baller says, "Oh my God, Thursday's my birthday. We're close."
That's EM's twin right there. EM Baller.
Hey, EM.
EM.
What's up, man? What's going
Can
on?
you say the words top 5 defense now with X-Back?
Oh, for sure. For sure. I can't wait.
Hey, I want to say something
now,
here, guys.
Now that they came to a compromise, I'm
He
sleeping
said,
a
"No,
lot better.
Big John Dudley made
I am too.
$800 in 1 hour."
Mm-hmm.
Hey, I want to say something here, guys.
But the main question, by the way the contract looks, maybe
I know.
it's only compromised for this season.
Steve. That's me, Steve.
All right, go ahead.
All right, guys. I just want to say I got to get up out of here. I want to say I hope everybody has a blessed day.
You too, man.
That it brings prosperity.
You too, bro.
Kindness. I hope everybody stays healthy. And
I appreciate
safe.
that.
On Wednesday, I'm gonna give you a little shameless plug here, Steve. I hope you don't mind. On Wednesday is my birthday. I'm gonna be live streaming at 7 o'clock on my channel. I hope everybody joins in and come on so we can have a good time. Talk about the Dolphins.
That's what's up.
I hope that's 7 o'clock in the evening.
I won't miss that.
You're Cuban.
In the evening.
Yeah, you're Cuban. Yeah, you're Cuban like me. You run on Cuban time, man. Cuba Libre. But I know you ain't gonna be up at 7 a.m.
No. 7 in the evening, I promise.
Cuba Libre, baby.
Okay.
All
Okay.
right, so I appreciate you, fellas. I hope everybody has a blessed day. Y'all stay safe and healthy. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday.
82, man.
Good, bro.
Likewise.
Be good,
All
homie.
right, bro.
All right, actually, why don't we start doing the final thoughts? We'll start doing final thoughts. Guys, please donate to the channel. Helps the channel grow. I like what Cap said. Cap said $900 in 1 hour. The man had $7 $100 in donos, bro. I mean,
there you go.
I welcome that here. I welcome that here. EM Baller, is there any update on Hunter Long? No, there is no
multiple steak dinners
all morning. Yeah, there's no steak dinners. It goes right back into the show. You're killing me, Smalls. It goes right back into the podcast now.
Hey, for one night, you can go ahead and get a damn steak dinner. You put enough into helping everybody else out.
I'm not there yet. I'm not there yet. I just want to.
It's growing though.
If I send you $50 and you don't eat a steak dinner, I'm not donating no more. I'm gonna force you to eat a steak dinner. How about that? How about that, Small?
You're killing me, Smalls.
No, I'm not killing you. I'm trying to feed you, Smalls. I'm not trying to kill you.
I don't need no help in that department, as you can see. I do not need help in that department. All right. Final thoughts of the day. We'll start with you, Todd.
Man, I am just looking forward to Chicago. This is where we really get tested with that defensive line they got. Let's see our O-line stand up, and I'll feel a lot better.
We're definitely gonna talk a lot about that tomorrow, and then obviously have live updates on Wednesday and Thursday. So check out the show tomorrow.
I definitely will, man. I definitely will.
I appreciate the love, brother. Thank you.
Hey, have a good one. Everybody be safe.
Be good, Todd.
I'm not going to go to Pete. I'm going to say Pete as one of the last ones. Logan, what's up, man? Logan's not there? All right, we'll go to Big Time.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Who's this? Irvin or Logan?
No, it's Logan.
All right, Logan. The floor is yours, man. Final thoughts of the day.
I'm in my car, so it's all messed up. Yeah. Appreciate you having me on the show. I would love to come up here more. It's just the time that you do your show in the morning with work.
Getting some exercise, hard, girl.
But yeah. I mean, you guys, Pete, man. I don't know if you're like a Bills fan or something. You're pretty sus to me. You know, I see you on all these other platforms. But everybody says
he's a Dolphins fan.
But I don't know.
He's very I don't know the word to use.
He
is a Dolphins fan.
He's sus.
He's
all
sus.
right, well anyways, man, Tua's gonna ball out. It's gonna be good. The only concern for me is that O-line. But, yeah, fins up, guys.
Thanks, Logan, for all your support, man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah, love the show.
Thank you, man. All right, let's go to Irving. Go to Irving next.
Yeah. All right. First of all, Pete, we may disagree with you. But we love you, man. We appreciate you, and it's always a pleasure to have you here, man. You always give us something to talk about, so I just want you to know that.
That is true.
Stop lying to that man, Irving. Don't stop lying to that man.
Logan staying on the foot. That dude's coming out of the crowd. Huh?
Oh man. Anyways, man, I'm so happy that we got X back on the field, bro. He's a key part of our defense. But at the same time, I feel like Chris Greer did his due diligence to the team, because not only do you bring back a crucial piece to our defense, but you didn't get exactly financially, like you didn't get exactly played. Everything, all the $4.5 million, the $4 million plus that he asked for to be moved from 21.
You're breaking up there, Irving.
I know he. Can you hear me now?
Yep, I can hear you now.
Okay, I was just saying that like I said, this group did a good job.
All right, Irving. I'm gonna have to let you go because we can't hear you, bro. I love you, man. I appreciate you coming on, and I will see you tomorrow for the show, Irving. I didn't mean to kick you off, man, but you were breaking up. We couldn't get you there. Big Tom.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me up here. I appreciate everybody's knowledge. Still, always learning, trying to learn. Tell you what, man, Pete, you're like Rambo. You keep on coming and get beaten up, and dude, you just keep on fighting. You're like the Kukui. Kind of like the Sandman, or so to speak. But listen, I want Chicago. I want Chicago so bad, and I'm just wanting to see some progression, and I think we'll see it. And I'm just excited for Sunday. That's all. And
we'll be on the lookout. Wednesday and Thursday, we're gonna have live tweets all morning about the practice. So
big time. It's not Sunday, it's Saturday, man. If you wait for Sunday, you're gonna miss it.
My bad.
Yeah, Saturday at 1, you're gonna miss the game.
My bad. I meant Saturday. My bad. Yeah. Fins up to everybody. And y'all have a good day.
Big time. Thank you, brother. I appreciate your love and support, man.
Shout out, Big Time.
All right, and then there were 4. So who should go? I don't know how this should go. I feel like P, EM, and Big John could all 3 close out together. So we have one final. Matter of fact, you know what? I want EM to go against Pete in the finale. So Big John, you're next.
Finale?
Yeah, man. I don't even know what to say, man. Let's see what happens Saturday. Let's see how Tua looks. I'm telling you, he's gonna destroy everybody, but we'll see, because Pete seems to disagree. So we'll go from there. Like I told Pete, man, if Tua shits the bed, we'll know. You know what I'm saying? We'll see it happen. Now gives Pete his props. But till then, I have to look at what the kid's done. I have to look at the way he's always come back from adversity. And not only has he come back from adversity, but the kid always surpasses what your expectations are when he comes back from adversity. So until I see different, I have to go with what Tua shown me. When Trent Dilfer shitted on him, which he did, no matter how they want to slice it, he did. Not many 16 or 17-year-olds can take what Trent Dilfer told him, when he told him, how he told him, in front of all of his peers. Tua, instead of getting pissed off, crying, and going home, went home, worked on it, and came back a better player. So until I see Tua do different, I got to go with what he does. And it's just come up.
Defeat adversity. Adversity.
He defeats adversity. He comes forward, and he shows you that he's better than what you think he is. Yep. And that's why I believe in him. So we'll see what he does. Pete, bro, I love you. I don't know what you're looking at. That's fine. Everybody's different. But the Claude Taylor Waddle bust, To use Stephen A. Smith, that was asinine, bro. That was bad.
Such an asinine
Okay,
play.
Big
That
John,
was bad, bro.
I said chances are the reason he's gonna be a bust is because of the quarterback Tua, right?
No, but that wouldn't make any sense considering the fact that the best career Jalen Waddle ever had, the best year was with Tua. So that just in itself doesn't make sense.
Okay, we're
Like,
gonna
like
see.
Hey,
if-
Big John,
NFL
Big John,
is
tell
the
these
next
people
level.
what they need to do on the show, man. Tell them to hit that like and
donate,
everything else.
subscribe, come see Steven every morning, give him money on Friday. You know what I'm saying?
Or
$50
today.
a person, or today. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you force him to have a steak dinner. If not, just don't donate. You know what I'm saying? If he doesn't want to comply.
I love
All
you,
right,
brother.
guys.
Be good, man.
Go ahead, EM. Take it home.
All right, homie.
Look, y'all notice.
Look, no. Hey, Pete, I'm gonna let you have the floor last because I think you really need to redeem yourself. Hopefully,
What?
you can. Hopefully, you can redeem yourself. So I don't have much. I'm gonna be short and sweet. Yeah, man, I'm just sick of all the talking. I'm tired of all the talking. It's good to have some actual live football this weekend, Saturday, baby. It's good to hear all these, the reports that are coming out of camp about our team. But I want to see, how that translates to actual live NFL competition. So I'm just looking forward to Saturday. Pete, listen, man, you got to redeem yourself, bro, because I just printed off your YouTube obituary.
Listen,
Your YouTube obituary has just been printed off on my printer, bro. So look, you need to redeem yourself, man.
Timestamp it. It's here. Miami
Do your
Sports.
thing, Pete.
Live,
Come on
raw,
now.
and uncut,
Hey,
baby.
EM, I love you, brother.
Hey, look,
All right,
thing I
man.
wanna
Y'all be
say is
good.
Shout out to EM. I want to give a big shout out to EM. You too, Steven. Shout out to everybody that comes up on the panels and gives us their Dolphin thoughts. That's important. Now, I don't have to sit here and agree with all of you guys, but one thing I do appreciate about all of you guys is the positivity you guys have on the fan base. That right there, I love it. I might question it because I look at it differently, but I love to hear the positivity and the hope and the excitement. Only because I question it. If you guys could go back and look, just pay attention to what Pete only really talks about. His only concern is really the quarterback position. I honestly feel our defense is ready, playoff ready. I honestly feel we have a good set of wide receivers that is going to be hard to try to stop in all type of situations. The only thing that can slow that down is the quarterback position. So my main concern is really only the quarterback position here on this team. I don't even have concerns like the fan base does with the offensive line, because if Tua does what he did in college, like he's supposed to be doing here in the next level and getting rid of the ball quick, and he has his little speed receivers, we shouldn't have offensive line issues. This team is ready to go. It's war ready, and it's about to happen this week. And I love the positivity coming out of camp and all that good stuff. But at the end, I don't want to hear no excuses this year. It's not the running back. It will not be the offensive line, because the media has come out. Everybody has come out and says we can also lose pieces to this team, trade almost half of the team for Watson, and it will be in Super Bowl contentions. So the fact that if all we get is better quarterback play from our quarterback, and we could keep this team intact like we have, like we look at Steven's shirt. You think Steven ain't wearing that shirt today for no reason? X-Man is here. So we already knew that. So at the end of the day, we turn around. Tua performs like how all of you guys can sit here and see him performing, then we're good. But if Tua performs like if I see him being, struggling, then that's where I have a lot of question marks. That's why I am where I am, and that's why I sit. And I don't mind sitting. I don't mind sitting here and getting the beat down from the fan base. I expect that. That's what a fan's supposed to do. Beat that guy down. Let's go, guys. What's going on?
Shout out to you, Pete. I love you, brother. You're always welcome on my platform. I wanted you to have the last word of the day. If you want to go argue with Pete further, find him on all the other platforms and also on social media too. What's your social media, Pete?
Oh, on Twitter. I mean, I think it's the same thing. I don't, when I get time, you can find me when you guys are live. When you guys are live and you see me commenting, I'm there. Sometimes I get out, but when I'm there,
and Pete's there for the smoke. He says he wants
every time.
All day. Pete, I love you, brother. Be good.
Likewise, man. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody. Thank you for having me on, Steven, and blessed day. See you tomorrow.
Thank you, man. All right, and that was Pete. Shout out to Chris Johnson, California, with the $2.99 donation. Thank you very much for the kind donation. All right, I'm not done. I got to talk about something that really pissed me off this weekend, and it has nothing to do with football. But as you guys know, I'm all about, kindness, positivity, and love. And so the last thing I want to see is hate. I don't like hate. I think you need haters. I'm okay with haters. I can deal with that. But I just can't stand hate itself. It's something that really pisses me off. So this weekend, the Miami Marlins were in Colorado facing the Rockies. And it was really, really a disgusting thing that happened at the end of the game. In the last inning, Lewis Brinson came up to bat in the top of the ninth. And Lewis Brinson is a player for the Miami Marlins. Came up to the bat in the top of the ninth, and you clearly on the broadcast heard the N-word multiple times go out to Lewis Brinson. And it was disgusting. Okay, it was absolutely disgusting. And I don't have time for it, but I felt like I needed to address it for a few reasons. Number one, shame on Colorado fans because they didn't find the guy. And there's a rumor saying nobody pointed him out in the stands. There's no way that man should have left the stands. And especially, and I don't advocate for violence, but the fact that he didn't leave with that some sort of you-know-what to him is ridiculous. Ridiculous. That should never happen at any professional game. That should never happen anywhere. And that's when people need to stick up for somebody else, and they need to shut that fan up. There's no reason for it. And Lewis Brinson, brother, I love you, man. I don't care that you play for the Miami Marlins. You're a brother. And I mean that as a human, in the sense of the word. I love you. You should never have to deal with. No player should have to deal with that. No player should ever have to deal with that. I don't care how much you pay for your ticket. I don't care how much you think that these players get paid. It does not give you the right to talk to people any way you freaking want to. And that should never happen. And the fact that we're still dealing with this in 2021 is absolutely ridiculous. It's stupid and ridiculous and appalling, and I don't know of the other adjectives to use other than it just pisses me off. It pisses me off. I don't get political on my show. You guys know that. But I'll be damned. I'm going to cuss a little bit. I'll be damned if I'm going to let that stand. We're fans. The Dolphins are the best fans in the world. Miami fans, there are no other fans better than Miami fans. And I mean that with all of my heart. But I don't care what fan base you're from. I don't care what fan base you're from. You should never, ever have to deal with that. And if you're a fan that is witnessing that, stand up and say something. Stand up and show accountability for that fan saying something. Because it's disgusting. It never should happen. And the next time Lewis Brinson's home in Miami, you guys should go out to the stadium if you live in Miami and give that man a standing ovation just to let him know that people are behind him. And Colorado, Denver, y'all better step that shit up, man. Y'all better step it up. Because the fact that y'all allowed that to happen, couldn't find him. This is 2021. You mean to tell me the man, it wasn't like he said it one time. He said it multiple times. And you couldn't find the person who did it? I'm a little hot. And it pisses me off, man. And you might not agree with me. You might, and maybe you don't think this is the platform to do it on. But hey, this is my platform. And I don't talk politics. I leave that alone on my channel. But I'm going to stand up when somebody needs to be stood up for. And Lewis Brinson, I got your back. Miami Sports Music has your back. Clock Blockers has your back. And that's what that is, man. And look, I don't do that for likes or I don't do that to get donations or any of that. I don't want you all to think I'm here for any of that when it comes to this. I'm here because that needs to be said. Something needs to be said about it, and it needs to be spoken. So I love you guys. I love each and every one of you. You guys see my Twitter handle here, or my social media handle, at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. That's what I do, man. I try to do it to the best of my ability every morning I get on this show. I try to do it every single day I get on this show. And I love you. And just know that here you're family. And whether you're saying outlandish stuff like Pete is saying, I love you. I love you, man. AB says people deal with shit like that all the time, Steven. You're right, but they shouldn't have to. I'm in an interracial marriage, okay? For those of you who don't know. But I don't care who you are. You should stick up for people when they're in that position. Fans in Colorado should have stood up for Lewis Brinson. And they should have pointed that, whoever set it out. That man never should have walked out of the stadium. Flipside Fishing says, that's why I like you, bro. You have a great heart just from the little time I've known you. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. And I'm not doing it for that. I'm just doing it because to me, that's the truth. Pamela said, clockblockers, no potty mouth. I'm sorry. I got a little heated. Chef Shu says, that's right, Stephen D. I want to see Colorado do better. Denver do better. Rockies do better. So, all right, guys, I love you all. Please hit that like button. Please donate to the channel. When you guys donate to the channel, it does help the channel grow. There are a lot of things I want to do. And granted, big shout out to Tailgreeters, our first sponsor ever. It's still not anywhere near where we need to be, not even close, but we're going to get there, and we're going to get there together. So please go donate to the channel. It helps the channel grow. It's a big part of what we do here. There's a lot of things I want to do, right? And so when you guys donate, just remember, you guys can donate 3 different ways, right? You guys can donate using the super chat. You guys can donate. Here, let me put this in. Sorry, guys. You guys can donate using the super chat. You guys can donate using PayPal, MSM Podcast Network, or the best way to donate, in my opinion, the best way to donate is through MSM Podcast Network Cash App. And that's the money sign. And if you go down in the description, you will see the links for the Cash App and the PayPal. It helps tremendously. I appreciate all the love. Big John Stud says, well, Stephen. Well said, Stephen. Appreciate it. AB says, good show, Stephen. I appreciate it, guys. I appreciate it. SoFlo says, and the MLB moved the All-Star game from Atlanta to Colorado in the name of social justice. I love Major League Baseball, but I have to add money into my card. I got you tomorrow, Steve. I got you, man. Donate $50 to Stephen Day's birthday fund. You guys are great. Hashtag the truth. Chris Johnson. I like it. Ugh. Big Time 666 says, couldn't have said it better myself, Stephen D. Real talk. Clock blockers for life. I appreciate it, guys. I want to get bigger. I want to grow. I can't do it without your help, but I also want more viewers on here, man. This is great, but I need Pete talking about the way my bank account is set up is it backs up my savings backs up my checking. It takes 3 business days. I got what you were doing there, AB. I got what you were putting down. You guys are awesome. Guys, tonight, what is tonight? Put in the chat box right now. What is tonight? Tonight's the show, guys. 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's check it out. It's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to see what Angel has in store. You guys are going to love the show. The Fire and Ice Combat Sports Show. Combat Sports Podcast. It's going to be awesome. Make sure you guys check out my man, Angel Ortiz. Got a lot of great guests from UFC, bare knuckle fighting, the Ultimate Fighter, Lions fights. It's going to be good stuff. So make sure you guys check that out. And if you guys haven't watched all the show, Big John Stud, donate $50 to Stephen D's birthday fund. I like it. Yeah. If you guys watch the show tonight, it's going to be a good time. Chef Shu says, check your Facebook messages. I messaged you earlier. Hit me up there, bro. I will. And Fantasy Pan Penel says, cash over cards. You guys are hilarious. I do love you guys. Guys, check out the show tonight. It's going to be good times. Make sure you go check it out. Make sure you follow me. I want you all to follow me and subscribe to the channel. Subscribe right now. If you have not subscribed already, what are you doing? Everybody in here should have already subscribed to the channel. You better have subscribed. Wish you had more viewers too. You deserve it. You do a great job and you got the flow of a good talk show. Oh, so please keep going. It'll come for you. I appreciate it, Logan 15. Thank you so much. Guys, check it out. Hit that like button. Let's go. Donate, subscribe. And follow me on all social media platforms at Stephen D SKPL. Follow me at Stephen D SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, love. Let's go. Love it. Love it. Love it a lot. Clack Blockers, I'm going to start my own channel where nobody listens to me either. LOL. I love it. This year, we greatness, Stephen. Fins up. All right, guys, check out the show tomorrow. Tomorrow's show is going to be great. We got a great lineup for you tomorrow. Tuesday show, preparing for the inter-team practices with Chicago. We're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss what that's going to look like, how that's going to go. I believe the team travels tomorrow, if not late tonight, tomorrow, to Chicago. So that'll be good. And then Wednesday and Thursday, as you guys know, we will have live Twitter updates during training camp all morning to discuss what's going on there. As soon as I get an update on Hunter Long, I will obviously get that to you. It'll be good. And then Friday, guys, Spread Kindness Fridays. It's my birthday. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. All right, I'm not going to sing the song. That's bad luck. Not on my birthday. But it's going to be good. Check it out. It's going to be good. Friday show will be awesome. All right, guys. Y'all be good. Love y'all. Peace up. Fins up. Y'all be easy. Have a good one.